All right, I guess we're live.
Woohoo!
Yee.
That's right. We're live. Okay, that checks out.
All right.
Well, all the hellos. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Oh, we're already up to 10 people, Mike. Look at that.
All right, well, we're at 12, so why don't you start where we left off?
Perfect. So, for those of you guys who don't know or haven't been following the series of live streams we've done so far, we've been kind of talking about the evolution of helmets from World War I, which is kind of the genesis as far as modern combat helmets go, all the way through to the interwar period, and then we did World War II, and now we're kind of we did like post-war, like end of World War II to post-war, and now we're at like the 60s and 70s as far as helmet design goes. So we're going to get into kind of the last evolution, the last hurrah of steel helmets here for the most part, as far as any innovative design features or anything goes, or any updates or personal flair that countries have put on or takes on a similar design or an older design of their helmets. So we should probably start at like right at 1960. So, which is pretty much still World War II. Pretty much everything was from World War II was still in use. And then you see kind of some innovations. The Russians first ones to kind of update their helmet, and that's where they took the SSH-40 and turned it into the SSH-60, which is where now instead of having a direct riveted pad system, they went to kind of a more the pads are on arms now, which create they're on leaf type springs basically, which keep it from your head from being in contact with the shell, which is going to give you more blunt force trauma resistance. So, and then you see in 1962, the Germans came out with what I'm wearing here, which is their own version of the M1, where they did their own take on it instead of having the removable liner, and now basically has a Stahlhelm liner, which is direct rooted to the shell, but it's got a plastic kind of nape on it, 3-point instead of 2-point.
That liner is actually a 6285. The original, okay. They were just set straight in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just to point that out, that's a later liner. The shell didn't change really, the liners did.
Yeah. And then other countries that you see do major developments, as you see basically right now, the West is using the M1. The East is using the SSH-40 or some derivative thereof.
Yeah.
You see the Poles kind of modified their design a little bit into the WZ-67, which takes on a more WZ-31-esque appearance because the WZ-31 is an icon as far as Polish military history goes, as far as of defiance and resistance to Germany and everything like that. They also come out with a different liner to their design, so it's kind of a hybrid of the WZ-31 and the SSH-40, and then they put their own liner in it, and it was still in use for a very, very, very long time. And then you see the kind of getting into the 70s, the U.S. is still fielding the same 2-piece M1 shell design. And you really don't see much from America until the adoption of Kevlar helmets. They changed the liner somewhat for a little bit like that. But you see the Romanians come out with a new design. They go away from the SSH-40 to what Mike is wearing, the penis helm.
Yeah, the penis helm. But they wore the M39 in conjunction with the SSH-40 up until even the 90s, actually. So
yeah,
you see Romanian soldiers in the Cold War wearing both the M39 and the SSH-40, and the Soviets really didn't seem to give a shit about that, which is weird.
Yes. And then in 1973, they came out with the M73.
The penis helm, right here. Oh, yeah.
So the only difference on what Mike would be wearing is it would have a removable badge on the front.
Yep.
which was then later taken away for simplification features.
And that's why this is called the M7380, because it doesn't have that little thing. But it's the same shell design. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a revision, which is why it doesn't have its own completely new name. It's /80 for revision, which is a pretty common military practice. The East Germans are still rolling with the M56. They, in the 70s, though, they switched theirs to now having a seamless. You have one of those, don't you, Mike?
What?
They now have the seamless shell. The East Germans, they went from the riveted M56.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the.
Yep.
Right here. Yep.
So they went to the seamless design to remove any blemishes or imperfections inside the shell. So.
Yep. There's nothing on the outside. It's all just little welded rivets on the inside that hold the liner in. So that's what you're going to see on the 76 on forward shells. This was dated 1981, so that's why it's not going to have the 1, 2, 3 rivets on there.
Yep. And which goes a long way as far as improving the capabilities of the helmet. The less compromises you have in the shell, the more effective it's going to be, because that's just how steel works. And where do we go from that? Probably right to the SSH-68, right?
Yeah. Do you got one?
I don't have one with me, actually. So
I can grab mine quick.
Perfect. So the SSH-68 is probably one of the largest jumps as far as helmet technology goes, because liner didn't change from the SSH-60. It's the same exact liner. All right, it's still on those metal brackets, but they changed the shell design to make it more reflective. It's not. It's more cone shaped now rather than round. So Mike's gonna show you one of those here.
Yep. Just God, it's like I had this on a couple weeks ago.
So, and it's a very, very good helmet design. It was actually really, really well loved by the people that used it. They kind of upgraded to a leather chin strap now instead of a canvas one that you see on most SSH-40s. The pad system went from 3 to 4 pads, which is, and the rivets are set up much higher than you see on the SSH-40s, because the pads are attached to those little spring steel arms that come down from the top to give an air buffer.
Yeah, I gotta talk in order to be on the screen and show, but yeah, that's, you can see that. Oh shit, there's 4 of them in there, and they're all in separate. And then you can adjust the size of your helmet just by using these little strings in between all these pads, and it'll pull the springs in like this. This is actually a P2. This is a size 2, and this thing's fucking huge. Like, I wear a P3 SSH-40, and a large / extra large, pretty much every other helmet, and this P2 is just massive. Like.
Yep, it was designed to fit over winter and chemical gear. One of the few helmets that was designed with that in mind. And once again, you see it go from a more round design to a more conical type design, which is going to help with its deflective capabilities, because it's going to add more slope. And slope is good. As people realize very early on with tank armor, slope is good. So it's the same concept with helmets. So. And then from there, you see the 70s kind of roll in. We already covered Romania. You see the Swedes and the Finns. The Finns switch from a Stahlhelm design to a Swedish design, which would be the M37 type design with the later updated kind of M1 style liner.
Yeah, made in Germany originally.
Yes.
Yeah, the Finns adopted theirs as the M62, and usually theirs were painted olive drab, whereas the Swedish ones were still painted gray, even though they didn't have the Swedish emblems on them.
Yep.
So
or you see the Finns, you can still find some Finnish gray ones because they updated their World War II stock that they had too, that they made. The M40, one of the 3 M40s they used during the fucking war. So,
yeah, I know, right?
Real good with the creative naming there. I'm sure that wasn't a nightmare.
Oh, God.
And then we kind of roll into, you see not a whole lot of designs. Most countries still rolling with the M1. You see the Austrians kind of were the last hurrah as far as adopting the M1. They were really kind of late to the game with bringing their own model design. Mike's got one, the M75, which is basically a Stahlhelm inside of an M1. So.
Yeah, exactly. Before that, they were using the same kind of shell, but they had the Riddell style lining, but it was gray. It was funny. Like it's called the M58, and most of my helmets are packed up right now because I'm in the process of hopefully moving soon. But I've got a few out. This one I'm actually going to be posting on the site. It's got a crack in the liner right there, as you can see. So I'm going to discount it a little bit, but it is a size 59 to 61. So watch for it on the site. You could probably own this one. But yeah, they took the M58 design and they improved the liner system so it'd be more comfortable and ergonomic. And there you have the M75.
Yeah, and it's really good because one of the problems that a lot of the M1 designs have is that the M1 isn't a light helmet. There really isn't a super light helmet out there. But the suspension system tends to cut into your head, especially if you have no hair. And this was better at kind of weight distribution. The M75 is really, really good at weight distribution with its liner because it has so many tongues in the liner, which is good. And that's kind of the last hurrah of the M1. You really don't see any different M1s after that. You do see very early on in the 70s some kind of early style composite helmets experiments with them. You see the Israelis go to the M76, which is a fiberglass helmet. You might know it as the Orlite. It's one of my favorite helmet designs. The South Koreans, yeah, there Mike's got one too.
You're talking about this kind of fiberglass looking thing?
So that's probably one of the first composite designs, and that was way better than what the Israelis were fielding.
Yeah,
they made thousands of those. You do see South Korea actually adopted a Corlon helmet, which would later become the Iraqi style helmet. So, which is kind of trash, but it technically is a composite helmet because it's not steel. It's made out of a resin and fabric type material, which was normally canvas impregnated with resin. Canvas isn't known for its ballistic properties, so it didn't work super well.
Weird.
Yeah, but you don't really quite see any like true full-on ballistic protection yet. You do see countries begin to test and move around with stuff. And things like that. And that kind of brings us, this is kind of one of the more boring designs because it's just kind of like the refinement of the steel helmets, basically. This is kind of their last hurrah. You see all the kinks worked out of them, all the stuff that, doesn't work, done away with, all the stuff that does work has stuck around now. And there isn't too much hodgepodge or weird stuff going around out there. It's basically three shapes. You see the spherical, the conical, and the very aggressively round helmet still. So you get away from the Stahlhelm design. You only really see conical and spherical designs. So, and there's still a lot of countries that feel steel helmets to a very, very large degree. Like I got an M1 right here. This is a Turkish M1. Turkey still fields the M1 actually as their primary helmet. Japan, up until very recently, fielded the M1 as their primary helmet. They're still around, and they're still the most common helmets you'll see out there, especially in unwesternized nations. But we really don't see a whole lot until the introduction of Kevlar helmets come along. So,
yeah, good fucking synopsis.
So.
Yeah, and Kevlar is more in the 80s and 90s, and we'll cover that next week because you've got Kevlar, ballistic nylon, Orlite, all this other shit.
Yeah, Corlon, all that other good jazz and cool stuff. And somebody was mentioning the French F1. I love the French F1. It's a good helmet.
I really want to ballistic test one of those. I might actually do that this summer as well. And
they supposedly did really well. And once again, they're a spherical design, as you could well see. They do look Soviet though. Very Soviet influenced. So whether that's actually true or not, I haven't seen any inkling. But France is one of the few countries that didn't really straight on adopt the M1. So
yeah, France, and then they went from the 1950. I forgot that down at the store. I'm actually keeping one out of this batch. Finally, I have a 1951 with a fucking liner chin strap. But yeah, France goes from the 1951, which is a pretty cool design. It's a sloppy looking helmet though, and then they go to the F. They go to
a lot
the
of them. I find are always like kind of off, like they were stamped weird.
Yeah, like they're just the
Or the
1951 is one of
bales
the.
are off center. They're never
Yep.
quite like lined up right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very weird, but those are still being used in some African countries in 1951. That's insane.
Yeah, a lot of the former French
Yep,
colonies.
exactly.
Use those a lot. So.
I did like that in the movie Hotel Rwanda, where a bunch of the militia groups and like federal army groups were wearing the 1951. I was like, that's actually a really good touch. Thank you for taking the time to research that.
I like when movies get stuff correct like that.
Just little things, yep. And I'm like, okay, that's actually pretty cool.
Like I like how one of my favorite historical movies. It's not really a good history movie, but like one of my favorite historical facts is like I like how you see the opening scene on Saving Private Ryan where the Americans are storming the beach. How
the opening scene
there are actually speaking Czech because most of them were Czech who were there because that's not where Germany expected the attack to come. So they had kind of second line troops there.
Yep. Yeah, and that's the thing is like I think the beginning scene of Saving Private Ryan was actually really good. I thought the rest of the movie was fucking stupid and it was Hollywood.
The rest of the movie is fucking terrible, but yeah, but that like first 10 minutes is great.
So, yeah, that if you can get World War II veterans to go, holy shit, yeah, okay.
That's they start having to walk out of fucking theaters and stuff, yeah.
Right, like that's as bad as it is, you've actually got that.
But that was just one of those little details that I really, really liked that they did.
So. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Oh, there you go.
To make everyone jealous, Helm.
There you go. You're super fucking unicorn.
Pretty fly for a white guy.
So I got my Gen 1 F1 on.
I actually have a Gen 1 as well.
2 generations?
Yep, I did. Yep.
All right. So.
I actually have a Gen 1. I purchased it years ago, and I think it's dated 1978 or 9, so it's one of the very first ones.
Mine's 79, so.
Yeah, it's the same style. I'm actually here's the thing, dude, is I could carry those in my shop, but I'd have to charge $45 for them.
Yeah.
Because I have a source, but they're just a little bit pricey on what they want for them.
It's such a good helmet, but the thing is, nobody wants any French shit.
No, it's because of the fucking stupid, retarded stereotypes that aren't even true.
Yeah, so, but it's a fucking fantastic helmet. It's comfortable.
Yep.
It's comfortable. It's fairly close to the head. Oh, God.
Yeah, I was just going to say it's low profile, and
the chin strap is awesome. All of them have fucking awesome chin straps. They're super comfortable. So I got the double snap one. So.
Yep, so did I. Yep.
But they have the Gen 2 ones, which go to the whole liner. Like the helmet is fucking great because if you need to use the helmet for a bucket, the later ones, the liner is just fucking snapped in. You can undo the whole thing, and you could use the helmet as a bucket.
Yeah.
But I like the snap-in liner better than the Velcro one because even though the French have some of the fucking best Velcro I've ever seen.
They actually do. Like, I don't know what it is.
Their shit doesn't wear out. Like, the American stuff fucking wears out really fast. But the French Velcro seems to fucking last forever.
Yeah, it's pretty, the helmets are cool. And, like, we were saying that it's fucking infinite. Because just when you think you've got every helmet ever known to man.
Something turns up, yeah.
Yep, something turns up. It's like, oh, nope. So it's pretty much infinite. But
oh, did I tell you? I can't wait to get my hands on the new fucking helmet that the American Special Forces and the Airborne just adopted.
What do they adopt?
I forget what it's called, but it's basically an ECH combined with the French like feline helmet, the feline helmet.
No idea what that is. The French one.
The feline helmet? It's basically an ACH, but it's got its own like integrated things here on the skirt. That for like putting in a flashlight or for putting batteries in, or you can clip a riot mask to it. It's basically like an adapter for anything you possibly do. You could hook your goggles to it. It's this cool cameras. Everything can just go right on it. It's their own little kind of bracket thing. It's the same exact thing on the American one now. And they did kind of cut them back a lot. They're kind of more angular now.
Oh, okay.
And they're made by 3M, and since I fucking know somebody that works for 3M that basically makes all this shit, I'm gonna try to have them sneak me one.
Ooh.
So I might be the first one to own one of those too. So
that'll be cool.
It's gonna be fucking great. So How long did South Korea use the M1 helmet? A long time, into the 90s. So,
The M1 Garand.
Yeah, and well, above that it's the M1, M1 Grand. Probably into the 70s. When did the Daewoo come out? That was in the 70s, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
I really actually like Korea because I studied the Korean War a lot, so I keep up with what's going on in Korea a lot because that's one of the longest running wars in history if you disclude the one between Denmark and Canada. So I was telling you about that last week, Mike, the fucking whiskey war between Denmark and Canada that's been going on for like 250 fucking years.
Yeah, it's like
the politest war ever fought.
The two most pacifist pussy ass countries have been at war with each other for hundreds of years.
So, it's a cool place. You can still go visit it. So where the whiskey war is happening. So Jesus. So you guys got any cool questions?
Yeah, we'll start answering questions now. We got our little nerdgasm out for your
lesson, even though this is one of the more boring parts because not a whole lot of development.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of the same shit and people making some upgrades, but
yeah. You keep forgetting it's Friday. How do you forget it's Friday? It's the best day of the week, unless you're me and you fucking have to work tomorrow on your day off.
I gotta work tomorrow.
Is that your normal day off, though?
No.
No. It's my normal day off tomorrow. I'm scheduled for 12 hours.
Jesus.
So, that's a light day, Mike. Come on now, 12 hours.
Yeah. They were talking Polish, I thought. Oh, and Saving Private Ryan.
Czech.
No, it's Czech.
If you have I have the World War II 70th anniversary edition, which came with the director's cut and everything in it, and like the behind the scenes. And he talks about how he wanted that scene to be so accurate and be like the defining part of the movie. And he said they're speaking Czech. The director did so.
Yep, they're speaking Czech. I think what he's thinking of, Todd's thinking of that scene in Band of Brothers at Crossroads where they're like, there ain't no Poles in the SS. Probably got that mixed up because Hollywood.
I bet there was Poles in the SS though. It seems like everyone and their fucking grandmother was in the SS.
Yeah, exactly.
So Finns, Danes,
Norwegians, Irish.
Yeah. So tons of people from all over the world. There's fucking French people in the SS. If that makes you fucking think French.
That was the absolute last unit that was fighting the Allies in World War II. So.
the French fuckers.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, you can never have too many helmets. They stack so nice, so they don't take up a lot of room.
I literally stacked, I think about 30 WZ-6775s up today, and they're still standing. Well, I hope.
Yeah, and they don't take up like any room at all, do they? Like a closet is enough to have 1,000 helmets in close to.
Most accurate war film. It's one that nobody really likes because it's boring as fuck. Jarhead.
Jarhead. Yeah. Best fucking war movie ever because that's what war is. It's fucking nothing.
Yeah, it's like all this buildup, all this boredom. And you actually got to do it. It's like, well, that was fucking not what I expected.
Modern war is just being somewhere to occupy space.
Yep.
It's not really fighting. So.
Yeah, most civilians were like, "Oh my god, Jarhead was boring war movie ever." Like,
yeah,
don't
but
fucking
people
say
who
it.
were like actually in Desert Storm were like, "Yep, that's pretty much it."
Right.
So,
you should make an updated helmet collection slideshow. When I get moved to my new place, I'll probably do that. I haven't added a lot, to be honest. So, but I've added enough to warrant making that video. I'll probably do that every few years.
Update it. I should probably put one of those together too. I got so much fucking shit.
Yeah, I know. I actually try to do that for like accountability and for insurance purposes. Like if my shit ever goes up, I'd have accountability.
Then you have your everything on file for it.
But I was like, Jesus Christ, like we got too many fucking helmets.
Yeah, I know,
Not
right?
enough.
So, fuck, if my place ever went up, my insurance company would probably fucking drop me. After they paid, they'd probably be like, "You're fucking, you gotta go find some other insurance." Is there anything you guys want to see? Any other questions you want to ask? We got lots of stuff to show.
Show us your tits, Devin. Tits of GTFO.
I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah,
That's got to be like a very large tip, if anything.
people
have got to want it in order for that to happen. So,
you know, if I was designing a helmet, what would I put in it? A head.
Yeah.
I know Angus is gonna be all pissed, like, that's not what the fuck I was asking you to do it. But I don't know. I have no idea about helmet designs. I'm not an engineer. I know what I think is an okay design and what I think is a not okay design. But it also depends on what you're using it for, what you're doing, all that stuff. It's just so many
on your environment, your job, what kind of combat are you using it for? You know.
Yeah.
There's no one perfect helmet for every situation.
Exactly. It's with everything. There's no perfect camo. It's very subjective, and you know, there's too many variables to accurately answer that question.
Oh,
God, I sound like a fucking politician just dodging a question with a 10-minute fucking runaround.
You couldn't just give the Jesse Ventura, I don't know.
Yes. That was great when he did that. He answered that like 20-minute question that was a yes or no question.
Yeah.
Yes. And the other ones like gave a fucking 10-minute spin. It's like that was beautiful. Just okay. And then,
Danish helmets in World War II. I did a video on that. I covered most of the major ones used. So,
are we getting the same questions every week from the same people, or is this different people? Like,
I think it's different people because I don't remember Angus asking that last week or the week before. Okay. So,
because like a lot of these questions are shit that both Devin and I have covered ad nauseum.
Mm-hmm. Any truth to the helmets saying they can stop 7.62 by 39? Well, we're gonna find that out this summer.
With the ECH, yeah, we're gonna definitely find that out. We may or may not have a specimen to
Yeah. Me and Mike are gonna shoot one to shit.
Yeah, we'll use 7.6239, 5.45, 5.56, and then we'll use a 7.6254.
Yeah.
And probably throw that fucker at distance though, the 7.6254.
Yeah, or otherwise that'll just fucking tear it apart.
Throw it 100 yards. If it stops it at 100 yards, man, after it's shot to shit, I'll be very impressed. Like,
yeah,
that'll be amazing.
See, yeah, like I said, Angus has been gone for 2 weeks. I haven't heard him say anything stupid for 2 weeks. That's why. Which head? Oh, you mean the Kevlar underpants? I have a pair of those laying around somewhere. The fucking Kevlar blast thong, the diaper. The
blast diaper?
Yeah. Did you ever get one of those?
No.
You never got the blast thong? Oh, man.
No, I was infantry. They didn't give a shit about us.
You like, got to plan to piss like half hour in advance because you got fucking buckles and Velcro and shit to undo. It like routes through your belt loop, so then you got to fucking take that off, and then you got to undo your fucking belt, and then undo the fucking 4 buttons on your fly.
Why did you guys have that?
Huh?
Why did you guys have
it to everyone because of all the fucking femoral artery injuries people were getting from fucking IEDs, so... And the fact that people were losing their fucking balls and shit, so... There's a lot of vital bloodways in your thighs and groin region.
No, I understand that, but, like... Why the fuck would Canada issue something like that? And
they just got U.S. ones. They just got U.S. multicam ones.
Oh, that must have been... Oh, that's way after my time, then.
Yeah, no, this is like... These are made by, like, Cry. So, Cry made a lot of groin protectors, so...
You gotta remember, like... I haven't. It's been 10 years, almost 10 years since I stepped foot in country.
Yeah.
Like I've been back for 9 years and out for 7 years.
Yeah, this
So
is a little
like
post your time then. This is back when they didn't care about your balls. Mike was back in when they didn't care about your balls.
we had the big nut protector or quote unquote the flap on the fucking IOTV. Like
Well,
that's all we had.
these were like things that like you had this big triangular groin protector and that buckled to like a kind of flap that would be in between your legs. And then there was like this thing that came up your ass to like cover your ass crack too.
Nope, we never had that shit.
So there's a lot. Yeah, there was a couple different designs, and the Cry one was a lot more comfortable than the ones that the Marines went with. So,
Wow.
yeah. Oh, the Polish helmet, raking it out.
Shit.
Test a bulletproof mask. Well, if you want to provide us like $500 to get one.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like it was like, do this, do that. I'm like, yeah, I'm not made of money at all.
Yeah, pay me, and I'll do it. So
shit's expensive. Why don't you rally about 500 people together and have them donate $1 each?
Yep. Or get us government funding for science reasons.
Yeah.
Like a museum.
That would be cool. Have a museum.
Imagine if we were a museum, Mike. We could fucking write off everything.
Dude, yeah, helmets. The International Museum of Military Helmets.
There you go.
We should fucking start it, man.
Let's do it. Brought to you. It'll be in Wisconsin. It'll be like a giant tourist edition. Come for the beer, stay for the helmets.
Yeah. The beer and bratwurst. Come on, like you gotta.
Okay, true. You guys
don't discount the brats.
I can't discount the sausage.
Fucking love sausage, man. Oh my god.
Sausage is great.
Oh, Wisconsin's great because we got a bunch of Polish, German, and fucking Russian and Scandinavian immigrants, right? Everybody loves sausage. And you got all these different kinds of sausage everywhere, and it's fucking amazing.
I'll have to go down there over to Wisconsin and eat sometime.
So. Down? What do you mean down there? You're like an hour away from this place.
I'm like an hour away. I'm basically parallel.
Right, you're in Minnesota. I forget
that Wisconsin's situated further south than.
If you literally drove straight east from where you live, you would hit Wisconsin too. It goes almost that far north.
Yep.
And then there's the big lake they call Gitchagumi.
Gitchagumi.
Yeah. You know that fucking song, right? You ever heard that?
I have heard the song, unfortunately.
Oh, God, I hate that. Yeah. Everybody that's not from this area loves that fucking song. The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. It's fucking annoying as shit, man. Like
nobody gives a shit about the Edmund Fitzgerald. Get out of here.
Right, like it sucked. It was one of like 1,000 billion fucking ships that's gone down in Lake Superior because it's a bitch, and people shouldn't fucking roll it in the winter.
Yeah,
and they found that out.
Lake Superior has like more fucking shipwrecks than the Atlantic.
Yes, it does.
It's absurd.
There's more people that have died in that lake than I think have in the entire North Atlantic, like throughout history. That fucking lake is insane in the winter, and people. Well, we gotta roll it. We gotta just keep going. We got deadlines to meet and everything. It's like, well, you're gonna die, so it doesn't matter. Your deadline's fucked. And then they run it and they die, and then it's like, yeah, we're gonna write a song about it. Let's overload this fucking brand new ship, this big ass fucking barge, pretty much. We're gonna overload this bitch and run it through in November when weather's really getting shitty on Lake Superior.
Yeah, in Minnesota when winter is in fucking full bloom.
Right, and it's like, yeah, let's well, we gotta get out and roll her out to the Atlantic, and fucking that's why they died. Like they're dumb.
Yeah, you shouldn't be going through any of the fucking Great Lakes during the winter.
No, like the Great Lakes in the winter, all you should do is walk on them after they freeze for like a month.
Yeah. They don't even freeze all the way.
They freeze most of the way, though, like on the coast.
And then you get the fucking ice drifts that just are fucking pushing people's houses off the foundations because the wind will push fucking metric tons of ice onto the shore.
Oh, yeah. The fuck, yeah, that's insane. That's why I would never, like, don't get me wrong, in the summer and the fall, the Lake Superior, like, sunsets on the north shore of Wisconsin are so fucking gorgeous, it's insane, right? They're beautiful, gorgeous, comfortable, fun, awesome. However, in the winter, you don't want to fucking be around.
Yeah, because if you get any fucking north wind, the fucking ice just...
Yeah, and it drops the temperature down, another fucking 10 degrees from the rest of the area.
Yeah, the lake effect.
Yeah, because you get this big, wide open ass space, and it just cools everything. Yeah, it's nuts that, it's... The Great Lakes are the Great Lakes. They're fucking huge.
They're basically seas, so...
They are, yeah. They're because you can't see across it. There's no way. Like, I don't know. Lake Superior, it's weird because we were up there last year for the 4th of July, and that fucking lake is like 40 degrees in July.
All year, it changes only by like 4 or 5 degrees.
Year. It's insane. It's like so we did a sauna, right? So we were sitting there sweating our balls off, and to the point your eyes are burning, and then you go and jump in the fucking lake. That's like jumping in ice water, man.
Yeah, and your balls suck up inside your torso, and you're wondering.
Oh, dude, my balls were seated. They were seated into my fucking uterus, man. I don't even have a fucking uterus. They were up, like they were straight up. But you know what? It actually is really good for your body to do that.
It is. Like that's why people do the polar plunge every year. It's like super good for your fucking heart and your lungs and shit. People in the South, you guys don't get to experience that. So we
did it 3 times in a row, and I felt really good. Like I felt loose, like I just worked out a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good. Lake Superior is a fucking bitch.
It is. Fucking kills a shit tons of people.
Yeah. But I'm glad Gordon Lightfoot got to write a fucking song about one ship.
Yep. Out of the fucking hundreds of thousands that have killed.
And explain this to me, guys that are watching that are not from the upper Midwest, i.e. Wisconsin, Minnesota, Michigan. Why is The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald by Gordon Lightfoot such a popular song that everybody just loves? It's boring as shit. When you're talking about the actual sound quality, it's boring as fuck. It's repetitive. And he's trying to sing in like this fucking, sailor pirate accent, and it's like, God damn, dude, what the fuck is your deal? But why is it such a popular song outside of the upper Midwest where it actually happened?
Yeah, I don't think it's that great of a song.
No, and that the general consensus of people around here is like, oh yeah, that song is a piece of shit,
Yep.
But
I still see we haven't got any good questions.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty fucking dead tonight. Nobody really knows.
17 people.
I'm probably most of the people don't even know what the fuck this song I'm talking about is.
Yeah. If you guys haven't heard The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, go listen to it and then hang yourself.
I get a buddy from down south who fucking loves that song and does not understand why the hell I fucking hate it. I'm like,
because
dude,
we hear it like every other fucking day.
Oh, well, but it's just retarded.
Yeah.
You go up to Superior and stuff. You go up to Duluth and Superior, and they'll sell the little Edmund Fitzgerald things. It's part of the history, but it's not that big of a deal.
It's a big tourist trap, is all it is.
Sure.
Because we don't fucking have anything else.
The SS Meteor, you ever been up there?
Yeah.
That's a fucking awesome ship. That's like a rare ass fucking ship too. It's a whaleback ship. It's insane. That thing is amazing, but I didn't know there was only that was the only one surviving to this day.
Well, they didn't make many of them to begin with, so.
Well, right. It was a concept ship.
It's Todd B's favorite song.
It's my favorite song. Of course it is. Yeah. Todd's been here from the beginning. He's a fucking troll.
He hates it. He's from Virginia. Angus Hobson hates it. He doesn't like The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Well, you are un-American.
You can't pull that shit. I don't care if you're from Minnesota. You can't pull that passive aggressive shit. Oh, the song sucks. If you hate this song, you're un-American. Pick a fucking side and stick with it, Devin.
What does it matter? I'm Canadian.
Oh. God damn it. I suppose I should just go fuck myself, right? Ugh. I'll just do this to make you jealous. Yep.
It does make me very jealous.
It should. It should. This is something you strive for, dude. You strive to
freaking
build this.
FAL. I want one bad.
Dude, again, like I told you the other night, parts kits are available.
We'll make one. We'll buy a shit ton of them and make a shit ton.
Actually, yeah, we're going to buy a shit ton of them. We're gonna pool some cash together and get that. I got this little fucker.
There you go.
Oh, that's the newest Joe.
They're little 20 rounders.
Dude, I love the 20 rounders.
The 20 rounders are better. We were talking about that. They're so much nicer.
Yep. Oh, I do have to make a video with this too. I haven't done it because the weather got really shitty. I was fucking lazy.
Another one of my favorite rifles, the G3. Dude,
this thing's a fucking beast. PTR makes a damn good fucking copy of this rifle.
Man.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard to find a better rifle. I really like the sights, too. The drum sights are so nice.
Yeah, I hate the fucking 100-yarders, the open one.
Yeah.
But once you get to the apertures, like on the 200-yard or 200-meter, yeah,
they're nice. They're super nice. The drum sights are great.
Yeah, they work. I mean, it is what it is. So, yeah, these PTRG ones are amazing. I told you that. Yeah, I think I told you that last week that I'm glad I got this one because it's got all 3 fucking colors of furniture on it that were made. Got the Alp or what is this? This is the olive drab, and then this is the alpine green and the jungle green. For the grips. I'll go over that in the video that I'm going to make on this bitch.
You have like a perfect example of all of them. That's great.
Yeah, it's fucking beautiful. And then, dude, did I tell you that I've got one of these? I don't think I've actually made a video on this bitch yet.
I have not seen the Tavor. What are your impressions on it? I actually hear people that either fucking hate it or they love it.
The X95, this one, I like it. I like it a lot. The original TAR 21, not a fan. But the X95, I actually really like this thing.
Okay.
You have to maintain it though. It's like an AR. You have to maintain it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it does get gunky and it won't work. But I've actually shot 3-gun competitions with this, and it works really, really well especially for a controlled pair. Because by the time you've got the buffer working and everything, and your recoil starting from your first round, you can hit that other round off. And my controlled pairs were about that far apart.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it was really good on the targets. We're just like pop, pop. So
have you shot an AUG? Do you think it's better than the AUG?
I haven't shot
the
AUG.
I think it's like the gold standard for bullpups. It's the only one I've seen that's not.
Well, it's also one of the first. I'm gonna eventually get one, just to have, because they're historically pretty cool. And it's funny because Austria has been neutral since 1958, but they've been selling guns to everybody. Thereafter,
freaking Ireland uses the AUG, Australia uses the AUG, and
Austria uses it.
Yeah, and it's the only gun bullpup design that I've seen that doesn't have a really shitty mushy trigger on it. That's actually in military service. Yeah,
the trigger on this thing, it could be better, but for actual a combat trigger, it's not bad at all.
Yeah.
For you squeeze it off, it's relatively smooth.
Yeah, because I've shot an L85, and no offense to all you Brits out there, they blow. Get a better gun.
Well, they even know it sucks.
So
I think the AR-15 sucks as a military rifle. I think it's a great range rifle and a great fun rifle.
Perfect range rifle, yeah.
But as far as a military rifle, I think the AR-15 sucks. So, yeah, it's not a big deal. Okay, Angus, I think I've covered this a million times. Rhodesia was a shitty little country that existed in South Africa for a few years. There was a big war. They lost. They don't exist anymore. They painted them. They're not any different than any other FAL. They don't work any different. They just painted them.
They bought shit from everyone. There's
I don't know why
Rhodesian guns that were made.
Why is Rhodesia so goddamn overrated and popular? I'm not picking on you, Angus. I'm just saying everybody, whenever you mention FAL, they're like, oh, Rhodesia. Why? Because they painted them.
It's because Rhodesia's got a very unique history that goes all the way back to the Boer Wars. And the Boer Wars are something my family has a lot of ties to because the German part of my family actually has more ties to fucking Africa than they do to actual Germany. My family owned fuck tons of land in Africa, which would be in Rhodesia today in South Africa. So like Zimbabwe and South Africa. And so it goes all the way back to the Boers. And basically they're like, we've been fucked over. We're going to make our own country. And then everyone fucking invaded them. They bought guns from whoever they could fucking buy guns from. They destroyed their own fucking country's economy. And they basically ended up becoming Zimbabwe. So.
Yeah, I mean, I've got the one G3 mag that's definitely Rhodesian, but it's like, I just think it's cool.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like, it's okay. I'd treat it like if the Austrians painted their shit a certain color, I'd be like, okay, cool example from this point in history. But it's like, I don't like worship the Rhodesian paint. It's like, if I want to paint my fucking FAL baby shit fucking brown and green and like teal green, I can do that. Like, the Rhodesian FALs worked exactly the same as every other FAL.
Yeah, well, they also bought fells from fucking everybody that was willing to sell them to them. So
right.
They bought everything from everybody that was willing to sell them to them.
Yes.
So, but in the end, when you're outnumbered like 4 or 5 to 1, and you have no fucking stable government, and you have no fucking actual hard set economy, you're gonna lose in the end. It's only a matter of time. So. I have a World War I Russian loaded. I've just been meaning to do a video on it. It'll come. It'll
you have a World War I Russian loadout?
I have a World War I Russian impression. It's actually really good too. It's kind of late war, but so lots of people do World War II, so I was like, I'll do World War I. So.
Yeah.
Falklands War. Falklands War is just bad supply lines. They didn't plan very well for that war. So
the Brits, yeah, they're
yeah.
They should not have taken anywhere near the casualties they did facing the Argentine military.
Yeah, the Argentine militaries, if they're fighting other South American militaries, pretty good, but fighting a power that was at that time is
no fucking
well
way.
equipped and trained as the British, you know.
The British High Command, they definitely shat the bed on that one.
Yeah.
Not the British soldiers did a great job. They did the best they could. But yeah, my God, that was just a fucked up little scenario. That was.
And I studied it actually from a naval perspective. There's a lot of cool shit that you see Navy-wise between the Argentine Navy and the British Navy. It was the last and most recent surface fight between
they were shooting guns.
You see
at
them
each
shooting
other.
fucking cruise missiles at each other, and that's just something we haven't seen since. It's the most modern Navy battle we have on record. So
yeah,
because it's basically using technology we have today. Boats fucking hitting each other from 30 miles away with smart bombs, and so. Well, there you go, the tactical jeans.
Getting something out of the tactical jeans.
Yeah, I can't wait for the World War I impression either. That one's real good. I got the boots and everything. I'm working on the smaller shit, like the insignia and stuff, but it's getting there. So it's gonna be good, I promise. I got a lot of kind of loadout and outfit type videos and stuff coming, so.
We've also got ballistic test videos coming.
We got lots
in a couple months. What we're gonna do, guys, is we're gonna take like a few days where we both just kind of hang out, go out at 8 in the morning, shoot helmets all day, come back at 8 in the evening, and do that for a few days. Get all of the ones done that we've always been saying we're gonna do, and you guys are gonna see some really cool fucking ballistic test videos
oh yes, we'll just have to do it on one of the weeks I have vacation. So
well, yeah, I mean, obviously it's part we work out, but oh yeah, is there still snow up there? Yep,
there's tons of snow up here still. It's melting fast, but
yeah, it's been almost 50 degrees out each day Fahrenheit for those of you that are not in the
rained
US.
like 3 times.
Yeah, it's rained 3 times, and there's still about 8 to 12 inches of standing snow everywhere you look.
Yeah, and at the end of every parking lot, a fucking 20-foot tall mountain full of garbage.
Oh God, yeah, yeah, yeah. Or to the two which were used more. It's not the lowland was used more.
Yeah.
The green dominant in Vietnam, and then the highland was used beyond that way more, and then influenced the M81 design.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a weird question, but good question.
It is a good question. That's one that not a lot of people see the difference in. I don't think a lot of people realize that there was 2 ERDL patterns.
So, I think that's actually pretty common knowledge that there were, even in video games, like Rising Storm, they say that. But no, I will be doing a video. The problem is, I've got a set of lowland Erdls, right, from my good friend who I also have his helmet, the same guy. Yeah. I've got his. He was a Marine in the late or mid 70s, late Vietnam, and I've got his set of Erdls, but it's really faded because
they faded super easy. The dye quality in them wasn't, because America still was, dye technology was still pretty new at that point.
Yeah, but like, I mean, he also used it a lot and whatever. But yeah. But I've got his uniform, and I'll be trying to do a video on that. But I'll explain that it's very faded and everything. But yeah, ERDL is just, depending on where you're at in a woodland or jungle environment, it works really well. It actually does. Really well. It's smaller than the woodland M81, which I wish they would have stuck with the smaller splotches. But they were also
the big ones stand out.
Yeah, but they were also designing the big ones for Central Europe.
Yeah.
Central and Eastern Europe, which is where it would work well. Very interesting.
Yes. Camouflage is its own fucking giant series of rabbit holes.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll be doing a video on that eventually. Like, seriously, I'm in the process of a move right now, so I'm not going to be putting out a lot of content. I'm packing shit up. I'm trying to get stuff, paperwork. So it's just going to be kind of stupid. But once I move, I will have so much more time and so much more effort. And
it's going to be rolling out consistently. And for me, it's going to be hard because I'm working 90 hours a week because my company's fucking falling apart. So
yeah. But yeah, so it's kind of a cool time. But we're going to still try to do live streams.
Yeah.
And we'll still try. I mean, we'll put out as much content as possible. What is the barging? I think he means basement?
Bargain basement. Can't give the stuff away.
Bedsog JT. I don't understand your question.
I think he means, what's the one thing we can get now in surplus that is so cheap and plenty available that nobody cares about it?
Fuck, I don't know.
ACUs.
Oh, yes, ACUs. I actually have a bunch of those.
ACUs, you can get tons of them. You could get a full set for like $10.
Yeah. I've got a bunch that I'm probably going to sell, but I don't even know if it's worth my effort. I'll just keep them for a rainy day collectible.
Hold on to them for like 50 years until there's none of them left, and then sell them for like $1,000.
Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. But can I do a soprano impression? Which, I mean, oh no, I'm not condemning you. I'm not condemning you. Even though 5 beers is fucking lightweight.
Yeah.
Jesus, man. Like Devin's tiny and he can fucking handle more than 5 beers.
Yeah, 5 beers is like nothing.
5 beers is what we call a pregame.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not a big beer drinker though, because all I do is fucking pee for hours if I'm drinking beer.
Oh, beer and fucking sugar, yeah. It's
oh god.
I can't fucking drink beer anymore because yeah, back in the day it's like, and you fart and it stinks.
And it just goes through you so fast. Not only does it take a ton of them to get drunk to the point where, like, for me, like, your stomach hurts because you just drank so much beer. But you just pee so much. Yeah.
You get full off of that shit. And it's like, that's why the least diluted alcohol that I will go near is wine.
Well, you get some wine that's like 20%.
Well, fortified wine, yeah. But
yeah.
No, wine is usually like it's got enough alcohol in it to, get your bang for your buck, but it's not like beer where you're pissing every fucking 2 minutes.
No, there's some good wines out there, and I gotta thank my girlfriend for that because she turned me on to wine. There's some good wines out there.
Yep.
I'm still a Canadian man now. Gotta have the crown. It's my favorite drink.
Yeah, I don't know. Alcohol in general is just kind of like, there's so many fucking options now. It's just fucking like a little bit
Everyone
nuts.
and their grandmother makes everything now, it seems.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, a few years ago you had Budweiser, Jack Daniels, and fucking, wine was always kind of, you had the best wine, but
yeah, everyone made wine in their garage. Yeah, everyone still makes wine in their garage.
Oh, I used to make back in the day when I was really into drinking a lot, too much. I was like, okay, so I don't have a lot of money. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the most cost-effective bum wine the world has ever seen. So I use my great grandmother's recipe for wine that she always made using Welch's concentrated grape juice. And it's pretty much hooch, right? It's prison hooch, but more controlled. And I'd make a gallon of that at a time. Out of that, you get about 4 750 milliliter bottles after all the shit's filtered and everything. I was clocking in. I used double yeast, double sugar, and I was clocking in at 16% alcohol.
That's fucking nice right there. How was it?
Oh, it was rough. It was fucking nasty.
I bet.
But my God, it got me where I wanted to be for $3 a night.
Yeah, that's not bad for that money. Fuck that. Yeah, you can get trash stuff for $3 a night.
I figured out it was $1.50 a bottle to make that shit.
You should just start selling it to all your drunk friends.
Well, I actually, if you guys have seen Trailer Park Boys, Say Goodnight to the Bad Guys, the little standalone episode that kind of ties the seasons together. Ray's Good Liquor, right? Or how he just had the little shitty stamps. Yeah. I had I made some labels that said Mike's Dirty Bum Wine. And I put them on there just for me. Like, I wasn't gonna sell it or anything.
Just to give out to people and stuff like that. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't even give it out to people. I just have it on my shit, and I'd be like, God, I've reached the epitome of fucking white trash.
Well, yeah, that's the upper Midwest, Mike. Welcome.
So. Yeah, but yeah, that's back in the day. I don't do that anymore. It's fucking.
It's a lot of work. People don't realize how much work it is to make alcohol and like how long you have to fucking wait.
Yeah, and it tastes like shit.
North Korean surplus after they fall. What do you guys think? You mean Chinese shit that's hand me down? So for $25, I'll take a shot of maple syrup, but I'm not risking diabetes for anything less than that.
You're not gonna get diabetes for a shot of good maple syrup. The corn syrup shit you will, but like.
That's the thing. I don't have any good maple syrup. I ran out this morning. Oh. I only have fucking, what is that? I think it's Mrs. Buttersworth.
Oh, that's corn syrup.
So, yeah.
No, maple syrup. I'm a very fucking stingy piece of shit on that stuff. Like,
yeah, it's got to be Canadian.
Well, no. Hey, you know what? Wisconsin, we've got some good sugar bushes around here.
Yeah, Minnesota's got stuff too, and some of the best syrup I've ever seen was made from sugar beets that I've had.
Yeah, that's not bad, but actual maple syrup, we've got a place that makes it about a half hour from where I'm currently at, and that's some damn good fucking syrup, man. It's expensive. Yeah. Because it's like a mom and pop shop, they tap their own trees and they bottle it and sell it. But man, good maple syrup, I will never go back to corn. I can't fucking stand it.
Yeah, here's the thing: once you've had good maple syrup, like real maple syrup is kind of like watery. That's how you can tell it from like. Yeah,
but here's the thing:
watery and it like absorbs right in. If you take that fake shit and you put it on a pancake and it doesn't absorb immediately into the pancake, it's garbage.
Well, and the thing about real maple syrup is you use about a quarter of the amount of the corn syrup shit because it's so fucking strong.
Exactly.
And it's so delicious.
So everyone sees the price and it's like $10 for a jar.
Yeah, but you don't use hardly any of it for. Yeah. on a pancake, right, with the corn syrup shit.
You do
you're
like
using,
one swirl of real maple syrup,
yeah,
and that's good.
And it's, oh my god, the smoky fucking flavor. It's delicious. Yep. But
the cheapest bayonet you could buy, Mosin Nagant spike bayonet, probably. They're like $5, I think.
Nope.
They're
Not
not?
anymore. Not anymore. Fuck no.
I thought they just had a shit ton of Chinese ones come on the market.
Did they?
Yeah, I thought like last year they had a shit ton of Type 53 spike bayonets come on the market, and they're
The Type 53. You mean a Type 50? Yeah, no. Type 53 is an M40. It's an M44. That's not like a Mosin socket bayonet.
yeah, they have just the bayonets though. They put them on the market. They made a shit ton of extra bayonets because I guess the Chinese expected their shitty steel bayonets to break.
Well, that's news to me.
Yeah.
I don't know where the fuck to get them. So how are these guys gonna know where to get them?
China. Go to China. China's a great country to visit.
China. Oh, here we go with the China shit again.
China.
And let me tell you something. China, way ahead of us. Way ahead of us.
AK bayonets are cheap, depending on which ones you get. And I actually really like the AK bayonet.
Yeah, AK bayonets are amazing. We designed the M9 off of that fucker. Type 2.
Yep.
So
I have a couple different AK bayonets, and they're probably one of the few bayonets that you could actually use as like a knife, like a field knife, and have it still be useful, where it's not extra fucking heavy and super long and just in the way.
Right. Yeah, I mean, AK bayonets, it depends on what you get, but I would say for an all-around, just knife in general, utility knife, you can sharpen them, and you're not going to really destroy any value because there's so many of them.
There's millions of them.
Right. The Romanian ones, the Polish ones, they're expensive now. They're not like they used to be. I'm going to try to get some Hugo ones,
and they're a good steel. They hold an edge really well. They're not aggressively long. They're not aggressively heavy either.
Oh, so. Roger Scott is on. I got an AK bayonet with Chef.
A Chef. A Frobus Gen 3, you can find those in unissued condition for upwards of $150. They're expensive now.
Well, the Frobus one, that literally my favorite modern bayonet of all time.
The Rolls Royce of M9 bayonets, though.
Yep.
The Frobus ones. So
yeah, the Frobus is. Yeah, I would say if you're gonna get an M9 bayonet, get a Frobus. Just pay the extra money. You'll never need to get another M9 bayonet. They're fucking amazing.
If you can, though, get the waffle pattern handle ones, not the weird contoured ones.
Oh no, the waffle pattern. Yeah, the most common. But
no, because they made the later pattern fucking hourglass style ones or whatever they are.
Remember they used BAR belt for M14 mags and NOM? Sure.
Wouldn't surprise me because we were in Vietnam in the 50s. Basically, France was like, "We're done." So
yeah, but
here's the thing, though.
Again, you say that, but it was like literally 50 guys until 1961.
Pretty much, yeah.
There was
less than 5,000 people, Americans in Vietnam.
And then in 61 they started getting a little bit more, and then 63 you see a little bit more, and then 4 it's like, okay, we need you here.
Yep. So, and then but if you look at it from like the Vietnamese perspective, they've been fighting the Vietnam War, as far as the U.S. knows it, runs in with the French stuff, and they've been fighting the French since like the 30s.
Yep.
So it runs from like the 30s to the 70s. It was a long war as far as the Vietnamese are concerned. So.
Yeah. No, France, they've always had a really good military. Again, their very upper leadership and politicians fuck them out of what they're doing. And
they fuck them left and right. Even in today's day and age, their government fucks the military a lot.
Oh, Macron, oh my God, that guy's a fucking tool. But France has always had a really good fighting force. They've had really good gear. Here, one example that it's been really popular lately is I've always said this on videos, and of course I don't get as many views as a lot of other channels, so it's nuts. But the French, starting with the Lebel 1886-93, and on the Berthier rifles, on the Moss 36, they've had the flat fucking triggers. Okay. And I've always said, these make it really, really easy to get a good group and actually squeeze off the round consistently, no matter where your finger's placed on it and all that shit. And what do you see now with the AR-15 triggers?
They're
You
all
see the
really
flat,
aggressively curved.
Yeah, but like they've been coming out recently with the flat triggers and for competitions, and everybody's like, "Oh, I love these," and I'm like, the French had that fucking down.
Yeah.
For the past
we said
100
in like
years.
our first live stream, the French have been so fucking light years ahead of everyone else when it comes to firearm design, and everyone gives them such a bad rap. So,
yeah,
if you look at the eras, like of all the major conflicts that have been fought, France has had like one of the best rifles or machine guns or anything for any conflict they've been in compared to anyone else. Almost every time they've been consistently in the top 5. I'd say the Lebel was arguably better than a lot of the other rifles in World War One because it held 8 shots and it was accurate. And
I will actually, I will argue with that.
Yeah,
Sure, it has 8 rounds. It's a good rifle. At World War One's point, it was outdated because
it was very outdated.
the Lee Enfield, the number 1 Mark III,
Yep,
the best infantry rifle of World War One, arguably.
easily, hands down. I'm not going to argue that with you.
But here's the thing: is that people have asked me before, if you could have picked any rifle from World War One, and be in World War One, what would it be? And I'd say the U.S. model 1917.
Yeah, because it's the best of both worlds.
It is, and you got 3 less rounds, but the sights and the handling is so much more efficient. It's a personal preference thing. Obviously, it's not a fact, but it's David Krueger. Hey, David. What's up, buddy?
Well, for one, that's not my name, and I've got shitloads of German helmet videos. So
you just don't have any World War II ones.
I only have one World War II one, and it's not even a very good one. So
what is it?
It's a M37 converted to an M38, no markings or anything because it's so beat to shit. So yeah.
So it's not like a combat helmet.
No, it's a Fallschirmjäger helmet, but
yeah. Here's the thing: is like I've been collecting for 20 plus years. I've got a Norwegian fucking rework M35. That was my first one ever, and I've only got 2 World War II German helmets. They're really hard to come by.
Just way more expensive than I'm willing to pay. I have other Stahlhelms that were made in the 40s and the 30s that aren't German because they're way cheaper and they're the same fucking thing.
Right.
But
if you had to go to World War One, where would the GU 98 be on my list? It'd be with basically, I don't know,
I'd probably put it like 4th on the list.
It's a great rifle, but
yeah,
let's see.
I'd have to put it behind the 1917. I'd have to put it behind the 1903. I'd have to put it behind the Lee Enfield. So it'd have to be 4 at best.
Yeah, no, I'd actually put it behind the Steyr M95 as well.
M95 is not that great.
No, I think it was good. The M95.
It was a decent rifle. Like, it was great on the Italian front because there wasn't any fucking mud on the Italian front. But
well, yeah, there was, but no, I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah,
I actually love Carcano.
It just has too much. It just has too much angular surfaces, and the straight pole design that they had was so early that it had too much openings in it to let shit in, and the fucking.
See, I put the Gewehr 98 along with the Belgian M1889.
Yeah, I'll give you that one. Yeah,
I'd put it at the bottom because the Carcano is an excellent rifle.
The Carcano was like the AK of bolt action rifles.
I really
fucking kill those. Yeah.
God, I had a fucking M91 that was dated like 1916. I had to get rid of it when times got tough a few years ago. I really want to get another Carcano. I made videos with this thing. I was hitting targets.
Go bang. I've never seen one not go bang ever.
Dude,
ever.
I was shooting 500 yards at this bitch. Once you figure out how to use the sights, 500 yards hitting the target 2 to 3 out of 5 times.
Yeah, and the best thing about them is they're like, so they're not like the flashiest, nicest made rifles ever, either.
Well, I think they're actually very well made.
They are well made, but the thing is, they're missing all the like super nice, polished, fit and finished bits that you get on like a German 98.
Sure, German 98s, yeah, they're great, but 5-round capacity. Okay.
Yeah.
They got a straight bolt on them, which the Carcano does too. But or actually, no, you're right. That's straight bolt.
Yeah.
But again, it's a 5-shot Mauser action. I would put the Lebel 1886.
Wait, is it a Mauser action? Because I thought it was split bridge.
The 98
Carcano split bridge.
Oh no, I'm talking about the 98. I'm talking.
The 98.
Yeah, I'm thinking and talking out loud without really explaining what I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm just saying. So I would put the Lebel, the Gewehr 98, the Belgian 1889, and the fuck else is there? The Mannlicher Schonauer and the Berthier. I would put those all in the same category.
Yeah.
I would say the Carcano and the Steyr M95 are next. Okay. I would say the 1917 and 1903 are above that. And then I would say obviously the Lee Enfield number 1 Mark III is at the very fucking top.
Where's the Mosin?
Oh, the Mosin's down with the Gewehr 98 and everything.
Yeah, easily. So.
Yep. As far as like technology for World War I, all that stuff. Yeah, the Carcano is a great fucking rifle. It's very underrated.
It is a very underrated rifle. Like I've said, I've never seen one. I've seen people put them through torture tests. I've seen people shoot guns that they look like they would be unsafe to shoot, and they still fucking work, and they still go bang every time. There's nothing to go wrong on them, like ever.
Yeah, I mean, I still own the cavalry carbine, the M38 cavalry carbine Carcano. I should definitely make a fucking video on that. What the fuck haven't I done that yet? That was actually another rifle I got for free from my great uncle way back in the day. It had the wrong bolt in it, which is why he gave it to me. And then I got the right bolt and I fired it, and it's accurate as fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's insane. Dream Rifle World War I 1917 Enfield with SMLE mag and 6.550. What?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Yeah, man, your 5 beers. You should say 10 beers now.
Yeah. So, and yes, the Germans did use the Mannlicher. They used the 9530. They just had Hungary keep making them after they took them over.
Why do I think the French changed to a sky blue or anyway, horizon blue uniform during World War I instead of an earth tone?
There's actually a cool story behind that. I know the story behind that, actually.
But it isn't. It is an earth tone. That's the thing.
Well, actually, here's the thing. France didn't want to go with horizon blue. They had this unique camouflage called the Tricolor Camouflage, which was made a lot like this, where they would weave red threads with white threads with blue threads, and together, and it would kind of come out to this like dull brownish purple color. All right, but the only source for red dye at the time was Germany. So they went with just white and blue, and that's how they got Horizon Blue. That's actually a cool story if you ever get the chance to look it up and read about it, Mike. The Tricolor Camouflage.
No, I know about Horizon Blue, and I guess the only justification I can ever read is if you're charging across no man's land and the enemy sees you up above and they're looking at the sky behind you, the horizon blue will blend in. And it's like, sure, but not actually the reason they went to it.
No, horizon
they
blue
went to it.
Yeah,
well, but here's the thing is,
pattern.
But a lot of the environments they were operating in, to be fair, were chalky. The mud was not like U.S. mud where it's really dark or clay, and red.
It was also very foggy a lot of times.
Yep. So the horizon blue, it wasn't developed to necessarily be a camouflage. More or less like A, you could see your guys, who's your guys, because it's not field gray. And B, when you get mud and dirt on it, it's going to actually be pretty effective camouflage where you're at.
And it's still an upgrade from the royal blue and the crimson. So,
which sidearm would I take for World War One? Of the time period, if I had to do it, I would probably grab. God, well, I'm so inexperienced with World War One firearms, like handguns.
Well, the major ones, there's obviously like the Krueger, the 1911, the C96, the 1895 Nagant revolver, the
1917 Colt revolver,
the Ruby.
Right, the Ruby is one that I'm thinking of. That was actually a really good handgun.
It was a really good handgun. Well, they used them through World War II. Even that's.
Yep, and the C96 to me is a bulky piece of shit. I used to have one, and I had to sell it again when times got tough. And I was not a fan of that fucking thing.
No, it's very unwieldy.
And I think it was outdated very quick. Based on my experience, or lack thereof, with World War One pistols, I would say the Luger.
Yeah, Luger's nice.
But that's just because I've never fired a Steyerhahn M1912 or a Ruby.
Well, a Steyerhahn 1912 is like a less ergonomic 1911. It's in a 9 long cartridge, and it's
no, I know what it is, and you got to load it from stripper clips. But I've never fired one, so I don't know. I can't accurately say.
I hear it's very comparable to the 1911 as far as recoil and everything else, as far and handling. So,
but yeah, I would probably take Luger. Close second is the 1917 Colt, the fucking 45 ACP.
The Africa Corps or the 101st Airborne? Africa Corps, because that
would be like
5 times the size.
Stupid fucking question though.
Yeah.
Like Riley, come on. Like this is like mainstream Medal of Honor PlayStation kind of shit.
The 101st Airborne, for one, I'm gonna give you the military size. All right, is a division in strength. The Africa Corps is a fucking army corps. It's a shit ton more people. So.
Yeah, I get sick of the 101st Airborne shit. Like, the 82nd did way more, and they never get recognized because they didn't have a fucking HBO miniseries made after them. And B, the Africa Corps was a very specialized group, and they had a very specific mission. And a lot of those guys obviously went to fight in the Western Front, Eastern Front, and all that shit. But they were very well trained, and again, they got fucked by their high command and their supply line.
Yep.
Fine. How about Rommel or Patton? Yes. I think they were both
excellent.
So, I think they were both the exact same. They were the exact same match, which is why it was
queens, such a prima donnas.
Yep, and it was a challenge for both of them to fight each other. It really was
the exact same person.
I think they were. Obviously, Rommel was a bit more like tactful and diplomatic about the way he spoke.
Yeah.
But tactically, oh my God, they were a match, which is why again, when they found themselves fighting each other, it was such a clusterfuck. Finnish, Jaeger, Winter War, or Waffen Dies Nord? Not answering that. Dumb. Come on, Angus, you can do better than that.
That basically comes down to personal preference.
And both got killed by their. It's THEIR, by the way. Very important thing. Preserve your language. Their government. They're possessive. Plural possessive.
Well, it depends on how many conspiracies you believe in.
Yeah, like, maybe. I wasn't there. I don't fucking know. Maybe it was just a fucking freak accident. Who knows? But, yeah, they're both killed. They're done.
Yep. So, I actually probably think it was better for the world that they died because...
Well, Patton would have...
Imagine the pot they would have fucking stirred after the war. Both those people
Patton
being
was actually right,
that
though.
They were.
Dude, Patton was right, but here's the thing is the Soviet Union at that point, their fucking military was as strong as it had ever been, it ever would be. And if Patton would have gotten his way, and we would have actually, gone through to Russia and invaded to Moscow, oh my Christ. You think Japan would have been a clusterfuck? You fucking imagine going through the Soviet Union.
The only reason the United States dropped the bombs on Japan anyways is because we were fucking bankrupt. We were going to lose an unthinkable amount of people and resources trying to take mainland Japan.
Another thing, think of this. Another reason we dropped the bomb, big reason. Let's show these Russian fuckers what we're actually capable of now. Because we were scared of them.
Yeah, and it was basically flexing your muscles, and because we fucking couldn't afford it. We couldn't afford manpower, we couldn't afford it anymore. We couldn't afford to fight a war on that grand of a scale anymore. So
let's fucking nuke a shitload of civilians and prove a point. And Japan was like, okay, well, we're fucked. So now we're really fucked.
Yeah, the SS did have cool uniforms. You could actually buy suits from the company still is around, the company that designed the SS uniforms. You could buy suits from them still. So Hugo Boss, they made all the
here's Roger Scott again. Did you know if the Allies didn't get it, Berlin, Hitler would have started World War III to take back the lost land after World War II? I don't know which dumbass fucking piece of shit YouTuber you were watching, but come on. Like, really? Come on.
By the time America Russia crossed over into Germany, Germany was done. Their economy was shattered. Most of their population's gone. Like, what do you... At that point, there's no turning back. They're done. They're gonna need 20 years to recover their male fucking population, even. So,
Soviets fighting the Japs at the end of the war.
They did for like 2 months. They invaded Manchuria, which was still, Japan probably could have beat America if they didn't tie up 2/3 of their fucking army in China. But
they needed those resources.
Yeah, they did. They needed those resources. And
I read it on Google.
At the end.
I read it on Google. Not a fucking source that I'm going to believe. Just because you read everything, and I'm glad you're questioning it, and that's not really the point of why I'm bitching, but my point is like, oh my God, I hate all these these revisionists. Like, what if, and I get that with history, but with history, the cool thing about it is, it is.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, it is what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, that's also questionable because, based on who you look up, but I mean, really, come on. I just wish all these people would fucking stop the what if shit. Even though I'm guilty of it and I do it sometimes, I don't enjoy doing it.
I mean, it's fun to think about, but it's not history.
Right, and we don't fucking know. Like, your guess is as good as mine.
So since we don't have that, we don't have anything to go off of really. So other than maybe, so the Japs fought the GIs with everything they could find. So,
Luftwaffe field divisions
with wooden spears.
Luftwaffe field divisions, badass mobos, same as the SS.
Yeah.
Those guys were
lots
fucking
of damage where they were used. So
yeah, they were fucking hardcore.
Not to mention the FG-42, one of the fucking great weapons of World War II.
Eventually, I'm gonna get the Type 1 Repro, but shh. Is Mike sober tonight? The fuck kind of question is that?
Yeah, I'm sober tonight. I've only had like 2 fucking shots and a martini. I could drive right now.
Well, in Wisconsin you could, because it's not a criminal offense. DUI first, traffic offense.
Really?
Oh yeah, the only state in the fucking union that it's not a criminal offense your first DUI.
Well, way to go, Wisconsin! Proud of you guys.
Yeah.
That's like as American and apple pie and fucking ice cream is fucking driving drunk.
That's a little fucking dark, don't you think?
Come on now.
Well, yeah, I mean,
the German army in World War II was ahead of its time. It was right at its time, actually, and they lost.
Where has Dakota been? Get him back on the fire water. Dakota's working. Yep, you should message him on Facebook. If you really want him back on, message him and tell him to get back on.
That'd be cool. We got to one of you guys start a petition and send it to Mike's store address, and then Mike will give it to Dakota.
You said to my star address, I will fucking end you. But no, just start it online. Start a whitehouse.gov petition to get Dakota back on live streams.
Do it.
Do I think DSA is really light belt worth the price?
Why would you want a light barrel FAL for one?
They're not light barrel, they're the normal barrel. Like they really made the heavy barrel. What I mean by light barrel is just a normal fucking barrel. Well, yes and no. Yes, because they're cool and whatever, but buy the fucking kit and do it yourself. You could save a lot of cash. I know the kits aren't for sale now, but like when they do come for, I don't know. Everybody's obsessed with Israeli shit and like their weapons.
I mean, it's good stuff, but it's not really any different from any other FAL.
Yeah, exactly. The furniture is a little bit different, but yeah. By the way, Michael Bublé's bubbly sparkling water, actually really good stuff.
Crown Royal.
I tried her out. Yeah. Oh, Crown Royal. Yeah.
Don't even need a chaser. That's how Canadian I am.
Well, if you needed a chaser, I was gonna fucking condemn you anyway.
I know how to take shots, Mike. Come on now. I'm from a place where it's cold and sad. You have to be good.
Right, you could probably drink in Wisconsin then and be fine. So, German gear of the Second World War was way too resource intensive to sustain the war. Agreed.
Yes.
Israeli gas masks are cool.
They're just M9s.
Yeah. Did Assad win the Syrian civil war? I saw it on YouTube.
I mean, technically he did, yes, but
fucking who cares about Assad? I don't give a shit about Syria. I think we should be out of Syria. Like, let them fucking kill themselves.
We have no reason to be there. And if there wasn't all this foreign involvement, he would have won years ago. He's a very smart military tactician, so.
It doesn't fucking matter. Like, who gives a fuck about Syria? I mean, obviously we were in Iraq for fucking 8 years. Well, not 8, but like in force for 8 years, quote unquote.
Yeah.
What fucking good did that do? Now their government's more corrupt than ever.
Yeah.
And their people are fucking scared. So it's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I do like this though. What he did was when he started to like lose the war from like all these different groups coming against him, he fucking like emptied his prisons. He let all these extremists out. Yeah. And they went back to these rebel groups and like fucking fractured them, and then he crushed them all one by one by one.
Very smart.
Yeah. He's a brilliant military tactician, and he's not going to be remembered for it. But Assad he's one hell of a politician, and he's one hell of a military tactician, and people won't give him credit for it. But
no, I do. I think he's a piece of shit. I think he's a scumbag.
He's a piece of shit human being, but he's good at what he does. So, which is kill people. He's good at killing people. So.
I noticed Japanese World War II stuff has really go up in price. Good observation. I didn't know there was that much
stuff from anywhere is really going up in price.
Didn't know there was that much Japanese stuff in World War II is not surplus, but I'm seeing a lot recently. You don't hear much about it. Yeah, it's because literally everything that is Japanese that is here was brought back. They never exported or sold surplus.
At one point, it had a fucking U.S. mail stamp on it.
Yep.
So, what about provolone?
Second time it's been brought up tonight. It was like a code word for gay sex or something. Like, not interested.
Or maybe he just really likes cheese.
Mike, how's my World War I German stuff? Fine. How about yours?
Same as when he last looked at it.
Right.
My World War I German stuff is doing great. I've got 2 items.
What do you have for World War I?
I got that M18 Stahlhelm, and then I have Yeah, and then I have a couple stripper clips made in World War One.
So yeah. We should work out something because my 64 doesn't necessarily fit, so we should probably figure out a way to get that in your collection.
We could probably work something out for that. Because my M18's a 64, and that fits just fine. So.
Yeah, because I definitely don't fit a fucking 64 World War One shell. Have you guys heard of the Russian Partisan M Camo Anorak? Yeah, it's fucking Oak B. Odd question, best canteen designer World War II. None of them. They all sucked.
Yeah, they're not that great.
Y'all mind if I get cheeky breaky? Do not mind at all.
Yeah. Well, actually, you know what? I'd have to say probably the Swedish M40 stainless steel mess kit. They're pretty good.
Canteen, not mess kit.
Oh, Canteen?
Yeah.
No, they're all terrible.
Yeah, that's what I said. They're fucking... I knew we were going to agree on that, which is why I just said it.
Yeah. So...
I should have got the shells at the store and it was original from World War One. Okay, Roger Scott! That narrows it down.
Yeah, Roger Scott, why don't you just buy the shit instead of saying you should have bought it?
No money. Been there, done that. Roger Scott's probably actually a fucking teenager.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Working for $5 an hour.
Hey, if you're looking for a job and you live close to me, I'll put you to fucking work. So.
I know you're 12, Angus. Like, Jesus. It doesn't take a fucking head cashier at Walmart to figure that one out.
Head cashier at Walmart?
All right.
All the head cashiers at Walmart where I live don't even fucking speak English.
Fucking all these people are like 12 and 13. This is great. Like, I have a fan base. Yeah, really good. And then all of a sudden I realize they're like 12 and 13. I'm
They're
like,
all
oh,
12.
it's fucking creepy.
What
Oh,
are
my
we
God.
expecting? Like 60-year-old men, Mike? Come on now.
I'm 13, had no money. Yep, in there. I found a Soviet helmet once on patrol, left it lay, should have brought it home. Yeah, you fucking should have. Angus
Yeah,
is like,
or you could have picked it up and the fucking booby trap would have went off and split you in half. One of the two.
Jesus. Why the fuck do you always get so dark on this shit?
Because it happens. So you should have seen the stories like in Afghanistan. You should have seen the stories. Like you see people walking around with no fucking arms or legs and shit. Because when the Russians, when they started to realize they're going to lose the war, they just started leaving candy and shit and stuff like toys even for children out in the middle of fucking nowhere. And these kids would run up and pick them up and the fucking toy would set off a mine and fucking blow these kids' legs off.
Yeah, I'm actually aware of that.
Yeah, the Russians didn't fucking care. And that whole country is like a 1 billion-acre minefield. It'd be a beautiful place for a golf course. If they ever welcome us back like Vietnam and clean up the fucking like landmines, I'd totally love to go. But beautiful place for a golf course. Right now it's full of landmines and sucks ass and nobody should go there. And
I want to go back to Iraq someday. I really would.
yeah, I know, right? It'd be a cool place.
Dude, the architecture there, the history.
Newton.
Yeah, the history. I know people, hopefully they're still alive there. And the food is fucking amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, Christ. Iraqi
Did you ever make that mistake of asking what was in the food?
No, I didn't have to ask. It was fucking easy. It was like lamb. They use lamb like we use beef. So
yeah, for everything. Yeah, it's the same way. Yeah.
Oh God, it was so good. Lamb, tomatoes, peppers, onions, and
and their fucking spice combinations. I don't know how they get. You can't recreate that here in the United States. You can't.
No, you cannot because the soil's different.
Yeah, their fucking spices are like the best.
Oh, they use eggplant too in their stews. Eggplant.
You mean aubergine?
Sure, whatever the fuck it is.
I'm French, so
I don't give a flying fuck. I'm French Canadian in my ancestry, but I'm 100% American.
America. Yep.
But yeah, they use eggplant and tomatoes, peppers, onions, And just very simple fucking vegetables.
Yeah.
Their food was so goddamn good. Like, I never got sick from it.
No. Well, they all could. That's the thing. Like, all their stuff is great. They don't put any fucking corn syrup or chemicals or everything.
No, it's just
Everything that
all
you're
real
eating
food.
was killed or like picked that fucking day.
Right.
And
yeah, no, they're. That's the thing is, like, I'd love to go back to Iraq, you know, for a bunch of reasons, but
yeah,
you know, the food and the history and the.
just
I
to
mean,
like be a tourist would be
right now,
awesome.
I'd go there in the
Yeah.
winter though, because winter is perfect. Whether it's
Yeah,
85, 80
winter's
to
80
85.
degrees. It's not 130. Fuck
Right.
that.
Yeah. Summer sucks. Summer, the rest of the year sucks. But the few months in the winter is like, oh my God, that was so fucking nice. But yeah, I mean, Iraq is a very historical fucking place. I
It's
mean,
the breadbasket. It's like the petri dish for fucking humanity.
right. You know, the Gardens of Babylon is like just about 30 miles south of Baghdad, right?
Yeah.
They're still there. All these civilizations that everybody's talked about are still fucking there and everybody knows about it. It's not like a made up story. It's like it fucking happened. It was here.
It still exists. You could go see all this shit from 3,000 fucking years ago.
Right. And it's very interesting as I wish we could get back to that because I would definitely go back in a heartbeat. But you know, a lot of fucking assholes there right now that not just ISIS, but like the militia groups that don't really know, so they pick a side. Yeah, because I still correspond with a bunch of guys I was there with, Iraqi guys that you know I was served with and everything, and they're like, yeah, it's fucking bad here because these guys are allied with these guys and they're fighting these guys, but they're really not fighting them.
They'll sort it out by the time you retire, Mike. You can go back when you're 60 and it'll be fine.
Well, shit. I mean, that's better than never.
They'll have hotels everywhere and McDonald's on every corner and.
Yeah, no, it'd just be fucking cool.
Yeah, thanks, man. Buy stuff from Mike. Mike's got a lot of nice shit.
Oh shit, I got a few more sales. I turned my notifications off of my phone. Alan McConaughey, man, that motherfucker, he posted in here a while back. I don't know if he's still here. The guy buys a lot of helmets, and that's like, okay, got another helmet addict on the way. But it's good.
You go. We'll have to get him on live stream.
Shit. This guy just ordered a shitload of helmets. Excellent. Bunch of helmets, gas masks. Oh wow!
Get him a sticker or something, Mike.
Can I do that? How old are you guys? Roger Scott.
We're old as shit.
I'm like 55. I'm just aging really well.
I'm 51. I'm younger than Mike. Yeah. So you can see my grays. The reason I cut my hair so short on the sides is because my fucking gray hairs are creeping up from my fucking sideburns. So.
Just fucking disgusting. God.
Yeah. My dad had a full head of gray hair by like 28. I'm going to have a full head of gray hair here. So.
You know, and that was about 35 when his hair went gray, but I've got grays popping up on the side.
Yeah, see, you got the same problem as me. It's creeping up every time I cut my hair. It fucking gets.
But you know what? Hey, here's the thing, man. Look at the positive shit. I'd rather go gray than go bald.
True. I'm gonna have hair, my whole life.
Yeah, so I don't give a flying fuck if it's gray. You know, A, you could always dye that. B, you could pick up chicks that hate their fucking dads.
Oh my god!
Throughout your entire life.
A goddamn silver fox. I could be a
exactly.
Lady
you could pick up chicks that hate their dads your entire life. So. That Mike was 40 and Devin was 30 or 20. Well, okay, right on.
Yeah.
You're a little bit off on those numbers.
So I look like I'm 17 again. So.
Well, yeah, I haven't shaved in about 5 days?
Really?
Can you fucking tell?
No, you can't. Like 2 hours ago, and I could already feel my stubble growing. So.
Right, this is 5 days of not shaving. I've got just barely, it looks like you got a little dirt on your face.
Yeah. So if you guys remember my mustache that I had, if you saw my mustache in the first live stream, I trimmed
it was disgusting.
I trimmed that out in like 3 weeks.
It was fucking disgusting.
It took no time for me to grow that.
Yeah, well, I've got a hell of a lot of Native American, the bad genes,
Yeah.
Not a percentage-wise, but the bad genes of Native American in me or Asian in general that flowed down through the fucking generations.
Yeah.
Because I cannot grow facial hair to save my goddamn life. And it was funny. It was in basic training. I never grew this shit. So I was like, oh, I don't need to shave. I had like 2 little fucking, pube hairs growing in here.
Yeah, that you just have to go. Whoop.
Yeah. The drill sergeants are like, you need to fucking shave. They made me shave. They watched me. And once I started doing that, I got this shit starting to grow every day. And I'm like, well, I didn't have that before I started shaving. So thanks.
Yeah, because you never started shaving, so it doesn't grow then. Yeah.
Right, but because I had 2 hairs, so I blame the fucking army. I should file a fucking VA claim for that shit. Because I have to shave because of you, assholes.
Oh, I've been growing a beard since I was like 12 because I'm fucking Slavic, so I am hairy as fuck everywhere.
Oh,
so.
You want to know something fucked up? I'm 25%, like a legit 25% Polish.
Yeah.
My grandmother was 100% Polish from Poland. I'm 50% French Canadian. Okay?
Yeah.
As far as my heritage goes, I should be growing facial hair.
You should have hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're from the fucking north. You should have hair.
Dude, but the facial hair just does not fucking happen. And not that I care, because I think beards are retarded. Like, I don't think, unless you're like homeless, you should not have a beard, right?
I agree. I think beards are gross and disgusting. My mustache, on the other hand, was great.
And it's like, well, you can do what you want. I just think they're retarded. But no, I really wish I could grow facial hair. I really do. Just because of like certain things and events, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like, God damn it. I'm just
mine would be perfect for like a World War I, like Russian or German.
Yeah, exactly.
I had that mustache,
or French, yeah. And but it's just weird that the genetics they come down that
it's
far.
It's fucking weird how it can skip like 10 fucking generations and then.
Right, and it's a Native American or Asian, kind of the recessive fucking gene. It struck me, it's insane.
Yeah.
But all right, well, I'll go back through the comments on the.
Yeah, we got a guy looking for a World War II SSH-40, and you're gonna be hard pressed to find one because they didn't really date them, an original one.
Well, they started dating them about 44.
Yeah, so.
850 USD. No, 850 is way too fucking high. Russian laws, that's why it's allowed. But yeah, no, they're fucking with you. Don't pay 850 for an SH40. You can get a post World War II dated one from me for about what James Who Needs to Know says.
Yeah.
Scottish Prussian, fucking unsubstantiated comment. World War II produced, not 1950s produced. God damn it. Mike, what was my rank in Iraq? I was a fucking general of the army in Iraq.
Yeah, right. Mike ran the whole fucking show.
Then probably a bit more than that. I'm 13 and I grow a mustache fast. Congratulations.
Good job, bud. Good job for peaking in middle school.
Yep. Your life will literally never get better. So, I mean, was that too harsh?
No, he'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So, you got to be like me in school where you're a fucking nerd, nobody likes you, and you become hot shit the second everyone graduates and fucking squeezes out a kid and starts smoking meth.
Smoking meth?
Yeah, there's a lot of people who fucking smoke meth, yeah.
If you're still smoking meth, you are a fucking has-been. You need to bang that shit. Fucking inject it right there.
That's fucking northern Canada. We're 20 years behind the rest of the world.
Dude, we need to send some fucking druggies from my county up to northern Canada. Be like, just don't smoke that shit. That'll ruin your
the whole thing. Just get it right in your bloodstream.
Bang it. Fucking just.
So I used to know some people who they would just fucking eat it. Yeah, to get high. And it's like, really?
Yeah, it's not at all as efficient as banging it or smoking it. I'm gay, JK. Don't give a flying fuck if you are or not.
Yeah, it's
honestly
legal
like
now.
Well, it's not just legal. It's like I literally just don't give a fuck. I'm taking decent condition SSH 40. Well, I'm talking decent condition SSH 40 from World War II. Yeah, if you can find one that's dated 45 or before, they're gonna probably run you like $150. Do not pay $850.
They're up there
That's
as far as price goes. So, and they're usually kind of rusty, and they're usually missing parts, or they usually have no fucking pads or chin strap on them. You usually find just shells.
And the cool thing is, fucking Josh, like, literally the design did not change at all until fucking 1968. Minus the East German little chin strap variant that they experimented with for a while.
Yeah.
But
and the kind of the liner style, but the shell didn't change until
the shell and the liner actually is the same. The black leather or oilcloth rather.
Well, the 60 was still a SSH 40 shell, but just a fucking different liner.
No, I know that. I'm saying the 40 helmet in general was used up until 68.
Yeah, it was used. Yeah, for a long time. And other countries fucking used them right into the 90s. So
they're still using them.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not drunk enough for this.
Jesus.
It's only shot number 3. On stream.
Yeah, but you're a tiny little dude. You're a skinny little fucker.
I'm still pretty sober. Look at me. I'm steady as a rock. Look at that.
Yo, what's your shooting hand?
Huh?
You've never seen Blazing Saddles?
I've seen Blazing Saddles, yeah.
Ha ha ha.
Steady as a rock, yeah, but this one's my shooting hand. Yeah. SSH 39s are amazing. Glad thing I can buy a Czech one for $30. So, because they're the same thing basically.
Actually, yeah. Well, Roger Scott, 17-year-old Roger Scott, you should have negotiated it down. I'm like, here's the thing. You sell it to you for $100, you got the cash is done, and your item's gone, and you got money, or you can just kind of wait for the other 50. Not a big deal.
Yeah, a lot of people, where if you really, really like want it and you negotiate down, they'll take it. So I negotiate down on a lot of the shit that I sell too, because I'm usually just trying to fucking get rid of it. So. Like if I had all of those fucking boots that I was selling like 2 months ago, that I fucking still have most of them because I only sold fucking 2 pairs. If anyone's looking for any, they're all in like 10.5 and 11. If you're looking for historic, I'm gonna end up fucking tossing them or giving them to Goodwill or something if nobody buys them. They're all like $50, but you'll be hard pressed to find a pair of like French double buckle Ranger boots for less than $150 somewhere in a really common size like that. So. Had to pour another shot because just in case.
Well, you're so sexy when you're talking surplus, so. Like.
That's right. I like boots. I like leather. I like shoes. I have a lot of.
Dude, I've got so many fucking boots. That's one thing that I'm sitting there. I'm like, I give girls shit about having shoes and shit. I'm sitting there going, I've got literally 50 fucking pairs of boots.
I was gonna say I can't give anyone shit about owning shoes. I've got like 100 pairs of boots, and
right,
I have
it's like
video. By the way, for
fuck?
Roger Scott of what's
man, so. I have been wearing like exclusively the past few weeks those 68 jungle boots, and goddamn are they comfy. Oh my god, I love those things.
After you showed me that pair of those Mindel, what are they? The Dutch
boots. Yeah,
boots. I really want to get a pair of those in like fucking 43 now. So, but I can't find them anywhere.
Why don't you message me and I'll see if we can arrange something.
All right. Do I still reenact? I don't have time. I barely have time to fucking sleep and eat, literally. So.
Oh, shit, you got to work tomorrow.
I do have to work tomorrow. So. But I don't have any deliveries tomorrow, so I can start kind of whenever. I don't have any plans. So.
Do I have kids? Not that I know of. I hope not.
That's I was gonna say. I was literally gonna say it. Not that I fucking know of. Not saying that there isn't a chance out there, because there's probably a pretty fucking good chance I have some kids. So
yeah,
I just try to move frequently so they can't come knock on my door.
Well, how's the child support reciprocity work with Canada?
They have child support and it's pretty harsh. So
no, I mean like if you, So if I were a U.S. citizen, I went up to Canada and knocked some chick up, would they be able to actually come across the border with that?
It depends. So probably more than likely, yes, though.
Okay, so they do have reciprocity. Okay,
Yeah.
that sucks because I'd go to a country where they didn't have that, and that's when I'd just bang without a rubber, like just fucking bareback this shit. Like
if
I didn't
and move from port to port.
Right, exactly. But if it didn't have like a pretty serious significant other, yeah, I'd be a fucking slut. And yes, I do have a K-31. I think it's the greatest fucking
It's the
bolt
greatest
gun.
service rifle ever fielded as far as bolt gun.
Greatest bolt gun, yeah. Greatest bolt gun. They're amazing. They're fucking great. They should have always been. I also have a G11, which is the predecessor
I
of
think
the
is
K-31.
arguably better than the K-31. So
very smooth, longer, super fucking accurate and reliable.
Yep.
Swiss everything up until the past like 10 years is actually really good.
I don't like their new fucking field gear. It sucks ass. It's that rubberized nylon shit. It's terrible.
Yeah, that's what my acquaintance in Switzerland, who's in the reserves right now, said. He goes, the rubberized shit sucks.
Yeah, I had a set of it. I had a friend of mine send me a full set of it because they're selling it over there. If you're a Swiss citizen, you could just fucking buy it because whatever.
Yeah.
It's like Canada where you could fucking buy it if you're in Switzerland, but if you try to send it out of the country, you can get in shit tons of trouble. But he managed to fucking send me a whole set of it, and it's fucking awful. And I ended up selling it for a shit ton of profit because it's awful. They're all just fucking big open pouches. They don't fit anything like they're supposed to.
Yeah, he sent me a picture of his shit, and I was like, yeah, no thanks. Like, not even for collectible. But here's the thing: I would love to be fucking hired as an advisor to go over and advise the Swiss military on how to do combat shit. I would fucking love that. Seriously. I would definitely, like, you paid for my fucking my hotel stay or whatever.
Yeah.
And the food and whatever, just the basic shit. I'd pay for the rest of it, and I would go there and fucking teach these guys how to do combat, how like the modern shit works. Oh my god, I'd love to do that. Just to spend
I have a
time.
cousin who's a captain in the Swiss Guard.
Yeah.
And he tells me about all this cool shit and gets me a bunch of cool Swiss shit. Pasgat vest or OTV vest, they're basically the same in the end, except the OTV vest gets the fucking plates. So
no, I don't collect gas masks.
I have a few. I've got a couple videos on like 3 or 4 gas masks that I own. So the prized possession of mine is my Canadian C4. They're really super rare, I guess. I have the bag for it too. I might sell it someday for like $1,000 because people want them so bad. There's those fucking big bug-eyed ones too that are really weird. So
yeah, the most sketchy website I've ever ordered service from. Actually, one of my suppliers.
There's too many.
It's one of my suppliers, and it's again, I finally got the fucking shipping notification, but it took a while.
Would you prefer to wear a surplus metal helmet or old Kevlar? To be honest, like I've said in my video, a steel helmet's going to be more than adequate for a battlefield. 99.9% of the stuff you're going to need a helmet for is banging your fucking head on shit when you're walking around. It's not like getting shot. So
Do I like the dark web? Haven't been on there, actually.
No.
Would I ever do a fan meetup? Well, maybe
they can go to your store whenever they want when it's open.
That's true.
So
Well, that's how Chris Kyle got killed. So kind of hesitant.
True. He is a lot more famous than you are, though.
Yeah, very true. Don't go on it.
Well, no
like he's saying, do you like the dark web? And then saying, don't go on it.
Have I ever been mugged? No.
I've been mugged, and it didn't end well for that guy. So, have you got the Star BM to run reliably? Yeah, I've never had a malfunction with the BM. You heard anything more on Germany not selling surplus?
They're fucking burning it all. They're burning it all.
What I said last year still stands. Like, that's the same thing.
Did you have the
guns
IoTV?
is too many guns. I don't know. When we start breaking floors and shit, like, probably that's too many.
Yeah, when you need, like, more safes than your floor can fucking hold, that's too many.
Mike, did you wear the IoTV in Iraq from Roger Scott? Yes, I wore the IoTV. It sucked. Horrible vest.
Yeah, do you like the IoTV better or the OTV better?
What's the OTV?
That's the fucking jacket one that takes the plates.
You mean the IBA?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was
IBA.
The OTV once the IoTV came.
I love the fucking IBA so much more than the IoTV.
It is a billion times better because I even like it because you can fucking open it and vent heat.
Well, that's yeah.
So just for that one reason alone. It's not a fucking poncho style where you have to fucking lift the whole thing over your goddamn head and shit. It's a jacket.
Right.
You can just fucking shed it whenever you want.
No, I didn't get to keep all my gear from Iraq. Misconception of people is they think that you could just keep all your shit when you get out of the U.S. Army. No, it's government property. No.
Yeah, you guys haven't heard of the fucking Army suckhole, the fucking central issuing facility. They all suck. So.
Yeah, no, you don't just keep shit. I kept a bunch of my uniforms because they touch your skin. I got to keep my helmet because I found another one and turned it in place of mine. But everything else, my vest, my rifle, everything, no, you turn it back in.
They take all that stuff, yeah. They recycle, they usually like burn the covers of the vests and they keep the fucking Kevlar inserts and the plates. They reuse those. Yeah, I would prefer a lot of Russian gear, helmet-wise, over the fucking American counterparts. Like the 6B47 is a third the weight of an ACH and offers the same protection.
No, I don't know anything about your dad's unit. I'm sorry. Like, you got to Google that shit.
Yeah. Look, use the Google before you come to us. So we don't know specifics. We're more of a broad history type of people. So, Mike, do you want to answer questions? I'm going to do a shot and take a piss.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna. Well, yes, I found sweet surplus at flea markets a long time ago. A lot of guys used to buy it for dirt cheap, but it was dirt cheap before the internet really took power. But now that the internet is there, there's not a lot of cheap surplus at flea markets. No, I never had any dealings with them. Congrats, Riley. Whoever get a good look at your collection room. When I get my house and I have my actual office, my collection room, yes. Until then, no.
My whole apartment's a collection room.
Right, yeah. I just don't have a fucking collection room. It's spread out over a bunch of different places. Fun scenario. So.
People make fun of the National Guard way too much.
Well, most of the National Guard sucks. I experienced that. I was National Guard, and I happened to be in the Wisconsin National Guard in 2009, which received the Kerwin Award for the best battalion in the Army. And I was like, why the fuck does the National Guard get made fun of? And then we got to Kuwait and Iraq, and I got to see these other National Guard units and how they kind of fucking sucked. I guess.
Yeah, they're like a joke. And some of the National Guard has never even been deployed because it's up to the state whether they get deployed or not.
Right.
And so there's plenty of fucking states out there that have never deployed their National Guard because they don't fucking care.
And Minnesota and Wisconsin is actually very, very deployed for National Guard. But yeah, so I never understood that. And yeah, a lot of the National Guard sucks.
So they're just kind of basically they get the same training as the Army and everything like that. And they get the same pay, but they kind of get hand-me-downs. They're kind of the last line in the Army, so.
Well, they're state troops. Well, they're supposed to be
basically,
state troops.
Yeah. So they're kind of like something that was written into the fucking Federalist Papers way back in the day. They're basically state militia. They're the closest thing to the militia that's ever been, and that's why their logo is the Minuteman.
Yeah, but the state or the militia for like the U.S. is actually the people.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean some states like somebody Texas National Guard deploys a lot. They actually replaced us when we were in Iraq. The 36th Infantry Division or Infantry Brigade Combat Team or whatever the fuck it is. Yeah, good unit actually. They're one of the few. They weren't bad. Soldiers there get their gear back after a tour, like their same rifles up. Depends on what unit you're in, all that shit.
Yeah. A lot of National Guards have their own armory, so chances are you'll get a lot of the same weapons.
Did I work with any foreign soldiers in Iraq or in the Iraqi army?
Yeah, they suck.
Well, I'm gonna be a dickhead. You want to donate to the channel? I'll fucking start answering questions about that.
Yeah, there's fuck tons of stories you could tell about the fucking the local armies. So they're not.
Yeah,
most of
exactly.
them are fucking hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah, it's most of them are pretty fucking funny.
Other than helmets, what's your favorite military? That's probably canteens. I have a lot of canteens and mess kits. So.
God.
Yeah.
No, there's actually a fucking valid question. What kind of music do you like? I like classic rock.
Yeah, classic rock.
Classic rock.
And I like older country music. The new shit sucks ass. So.
Yeah, I know. Speaking of that, like I should probably say it. I like basically everything except death metal, dubstep, and fucking like modern retarded rap.
I was gonna say I have the same reason. Yeah, the stupid rap where it's all just swear words and banging chicks.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I do fucking drugs. I fucking carry a Glock, even I don't know what a Glock is. But
yeah, even though you've never fucking held a Glock in your life.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't like metal music because half the time you can't even tell what they're saying. They're just shouting angrily into a microphone.
Right.
And
I do like 90s rap. I really like NWA.
Good.
That style of like
people were
rap.
fucking good at it. So
yeah, NWA is like, you know, you're rapping, you're making music about your experience, and I appreciate that, and I like it.
Yep. I do like Rush, even though they're like a stereotypically Canadian.
See, the thing is, Geddy Lee's voice, a little bit too high pitched. The older I get, the more I can tolerate it. Yeah. Geddy Lee's also a hell of a fucking bass player. I love bass. I play bass. Yeah. And man, Geddy Lee. Yeah, Rush it's good shit. And yeah, they're Canadian. So is fucking Brian fucking Summer 69. Brian, what can I think of this?
Adams?
Brian Adams, yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So, one of my favorite bands as far as like modern bands goes is Train, because they have a really good. They do a lot of
Dude,
older
Train,
type
okay.
stuff.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Their most recent stuff is horseshit, but like,
Yeah.
no, Train.
They do a lot of older stuff. Like, have you heard
Yeah.
any of their acoustic shit for like their older stuff? It's great. Yeah, they're like 2017, 2018, 2019 shit blows. But yeah, their older stuff's good.
Yeah, no, I love Train. They're a pretty good band.
Yeah. Favorite Soviet military vehicle? The fucking what is it? The Vodnik, because it's basically a super tactical VW microbus. It's the hippie van on steroids. It's like if the hippie van went to war. That's what the Vodnik is.
My favorite vehicle, the Studebaker. Fucking pickup.
He said favorite Soviet vehicle.
That was Soviet, the Studebaker.
I thought Studebaker was Soviet?
Oh, somebody's got to do some research, bud. The most common fucking cargo truck in World War II of the Soviets is the Studebaker.
Didn't we sell them to them, though?
Until they started making them. Oh, shit.
I swore that we sold them to them.
We did. But then they started copying them.
That doesn't mean it's Russian, though.
Okay. T-55? Yeah, it's a good tank.
It's a
Sweet
good tank.
Fucking
the
excellent
T-90
tank.
is basically a T-55, just heavily modified.
Yep.
So.
Also, you guys know somewhat about World War II. What did U.S. soldiers do to Canadian troops? I would ask a Canadian vet, but I don't know any. Not a lot of Canadian World War II vets, but I'm pretty sure if a World War II U.S. vet was to talk to a World War II Canadian vet, they'd probably be able to exchange a lot of similar stories.
Yeah, a lot. Well, as far as he goes, the first Special Service Force, they were joint Canadian-American.
Yeah.
10th Mountain was joint Canadian-American when it was founded.
Right, but that's like not the norm. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. But they never actually really served together. The Canadians were more of an attaché to the British.
At that point, because they're so Commonwealth. Yep. Where's the best place to find M1986 Macintosh's eBay? You prefer 762 556, 762 by 51. I'm sure. Best Mauser ever made. Good question. I am a big goddamn fan of the Swedish M96 Mauser in 6.5. I think that was the best Mauser.
Yeah, the Swedish Mausers were hands down the best Mausers ever made.
Panther or Sherman Firefly?
Sherman Firefly, hands down.
Like I assume it would be a strange for Americans to see British-looking dudes speaking just like them. Probably not. I mean, they're fucking more in tune with everything than you'd think. Like, oh, those guys are Canucks. They're gonna talk like us. We're from the same continent. We're literally a fucking man-made border away.
Yeah, Canadians don't really sound any different from Americans for the most part. So,
did the Western Allies?
Does it sound like I have an accent? I'm Canadian. Does it sound like I have an accent?
Yeah, if you talk to somebody from a sister fucker Alabama, like they're gonna have an accent too, but they're still American, so doesn't matter. Did the Western Allies make it to Berlin in World War II? Yeah. What kind of fucking question is that, Roger? Good God. T90 is a heavily modified T80, which is a modified. Okay. Why is it getting hard to find surplus flak turn?
Because the Germans are burning all that shit because it's modern surplus. They don't want to surplus it out anymore. And they're only making as much as they need. They're not ordering long contracts to get to just have extra. they're ordering as many as they need, basically. So that way, for one, they're saving money, taxpayer dollars, which taxpayers really like. And for two, they don't need to have warehouses and shit to store all the stuff to like watch it because it's just going with the troops as they order it, basically. So
What kind of person am I? I'm starting to charge for these goddamn questions.
yeah, Mike's the
There's
ogre
like,
king of Surplus Mountain. That's the person he is.
yep, and
So, incest got banned in Alabama. I'm a huge fan of politics. I was so proud of Louisiana last year when they banned having sex with animals.
you mean
Finally.
Alabama?
Yeah, no, it was Louisiana. They banned having sex
yeah.
with animals last year. Finally.
Oh shit! It's got banned in Alabama. Have you ever been to Texas? Yes. How about this? You guys start doing super chat for $1 or whatever.
Yeah, you guys put some money, you get priority, and you get a cool story or something out of it. So. Camo setup Mike would love to get a hold of and sell in a store. Cad Pat, probably.
Whoa.
Does anyone still use chocolate chip? There's a lot of people that still use chocolate chips, so to some degree. So China versus Russia, no nukes, who wins? I've actually thought about this before, and it kind of depends on who's going to go on the offensive first. I think is kind of what it comes down to. So. What's the best surplus equipment for shit hit the fan? Well, it depends on where you live. It's what you have access to, really. So, what's the military like in Canada? Small. The military is kind of the Canadian military is probably more than any other country kind of a fucking joke because we rely on diplomacy and trade so heavily that the military is basically mostly for show, unfortunately. So. Though the zombie deer stuff, there's been some outbreaks in Canada, unfortunately. Yeah. It is, sorry, Joshy, it is actually very tiny compared to pretty much every other NATO country. So, if you compare to like the other founding members of NATO, Canada's army is like a fifth the size. So, well, that's good though. We really don't need a mass military because, like I said, we rely on trade and diplomacy. So we really don't need to have a large military. So. Yeah, if you guys want to donate, we'll answer some of these more convoluted questions we have more information on and stuff like that. So that Australian one would be a good one for money. I know a lot about the got some people who I know in Australia, and they got a lot of cool shit. So could the American public beat North Korea in a war? That's probably a good money question. So that's an opinion. What did I do in the military? Not a whole lot, to be honest. So nothing really worth telling for the most part, unfortunately. So It was basically, as far as you people who've never been in the military is basically 95% paperwork at this point. Mike would probably agree with that. It's a lot of sitting around, occupying space just to occupy space and filling out paperwork. So,
Yep.
So, it would be the Canadian Army. So,
There's Crate. Like we'll stay in the whole stream. So here's one for the road.
thanks, Crate. You're always coming through for us, man. We owe you something.
Donate in the $10 US. Yep.
Crate, you'll have to like find me on Facebook or something because you've been such a good donator. I'll have to give you something. I'll send you something cool or something.
Oh, this guy buys shit for me, and he's donating on. This is a fucking. He's a fellow Canuck. You'd like him.
Yeah, so I'll send you something cool, Crate, if you find me on Facebook or whatever. It's in the links on a couple of my videos if you fucking go through it. So, was I in a war? Not really, no. So technically, I served during wartime, but no, there wasn't really any fighting going on. So, thoughts on the C8 rifle? C8's an M4. C7, I believe Dynamco, which is the people who make the Canadian versions of the M4 and the M16, are arguably the best versions of the M4 and the M16. If you look at their bayonets compared to the old ones, they don't use the M9, but they use basically what was the equivalent of the M7 bayonet, and they're stainless, so they're better. But I do believe that they are of a nicer quality than a lot of the other M4s and M16 variants you can find. But are they really better in any way or regard? Not really, as far as effectiveness goes. I moved out of Canada at about 20 years old. So,
Shoot.
Yeah. I haven't lived here all that long. I've lived in the United States since 2015. So,
Yes.
do they let you drink during combat?
Yeah,
Unofficially.
They'll let us get as drunk as we want.
So.
And then they go, yeah, march forward with your M4s as drunk as you are. You know, whether it be a quarter bottle of fucking Jack, a whole bottle. And they let us go forward and try to fucking engage the enemy. Yep. Good stuff.
Sounds about right for America.
Stone 12, 8mm, yep. Shit.
Nothing more American than being drunk, firing automatic weapons towards an enemy in a foreign land for no fucking reason.
It's all right, guys. We're gonna do the donate thing, or else we're going to really call
we're
her
gonna
a
have
night.
to shut her down if we don't get some more donations, unfortunately. So
if we get a donation, like we'll talk for money. We're whoring ourselves out for cash. So
pretty much everyone sent advisors to Vietnam. So. Will you turn on the lights, Mike, if Craig gives you more money?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally will.
Did any Russians die in Vietnam? Not that I know of. So.
Oh, dude, you could imagine a couple of the advisors. Yeah, fucked up.
So I know they did air raids. The Russians did
or
some
Chechens.
air raids.
Chechens.
Yeah.
Not Russian. they be
Yeah,
slowly.
Chechnya was independent.
Mm.
Yo Joe's like G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe. A lot of Russians died in Korea.
I think you might be confusing Russians with Chinese.
Yeah, you have any like factual fucking? Oh my god, so great.
Great, you're the best. I don't care what anyone says. Cool Balkan War stuff.
Oh yeah,
I have
and
a few items, but nothing.
oh, I've
super
got some
major.
great Balkan War stuff, but it's a crate. Yeah, you said that. Donated $12, which is about $8 US. Jesus.
The Soviet invasion of Afghanistan, Josh, was basically their Vietnam. Basically,
Yeah.
everything they experienced, the Americans experienced in Vietnam, the Russians experienced in Afghanistan. So, and
Yeah,
it was
we
kind of
experienced Afghanistan again.
yeah. So,
Weird.
Afghanistan is the only land in history that's never been conquered.
Yep.
So,
Exactly.
and to be honest, there's really nothing there worth fucking conquering. They don't have any natural resources. They don't.
Opium.
Yeah, well, I should say.
Oh,
Yeah,
did I
they
cough?
grow.
Did I cough? Did I say that? Whoops.
They grow a shit ton of opium. So,
And what's weird? You know, since around the time of this war starting or whatever in Afghanistan, what's been being pushed more than anything on people that have pain? Oh, opioids.
yeah, but to be fair, opioids have been pushed on fucking Americans since the 90s before we were there, the late 80s and 90s.
But not as hard, not as hard, not as hard, not as hard.
No.
And then we
I did read something though that do you know where what country 99% of the world's opioid abuse is?
I guess Thailand, Vietnam.
No. It's unfortunately America. So America has 99% of the world's opium abuse and
Abuse. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I like
So
like
they also
supply.
have 90 something percent of their opium overdoses too. So
That's the thing. It's like it's coming here and heroin, sweet heroin. Yep, you got it. And I don't know. I think it's just fucked up that since Vietnam, it spiked weird, and then we got out of Vietnam and it went down for a while. It's cocaine in South America, and then now all of a sudden it's doctors are pushing opiates,
yeah.
and it's like an epidemic. And then it's a surprise, like, why are so many people addicted to fucking opiates?
I mean, opium has its uses and stuff, but like you look at stuff that is derived from opium, like you look at the very first opium that came to America. It came on Christopher Columbus' ship, and it was laudanum. All right, laudanum is like poppy milk mixed with fucking alcohol.
No, I know what laudanum is. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you get all the way up to carfentanil, where if a fucking cop touches it without rubber gloves, like I read a story about a cop.
Well, fentanyl is
fucking fentanyl on his uniform, and he brushed his uniform like this.
No, I get that.
Somebody said he had something, and it absorbed through his skin, fucking killed him. That's an opium derivative.
Fentanyl is that's a more synthetic opiate.
It is a synthetic opiate, but it's still.
But what I'm saying is, I'm saying is, well, obviously heroin's a synthetic opiate.
Yeah.
But it's a much lower level.
Yep.
I don't know. I obviously I went to school for criminal justice, and I've got some knowledge on the opiate crisis. And since we've been in Afghanistan, it's gotten to be
since 2001, opiates have gone through the roof.
Oh yeah, and is that a coincidence or what? Because since we were in Vietnam, that had kind of subsided.
Yep.
And now it's kind of getting
well because
back
Vietnam's
up.
part of the Golden Triangle, so
Right. And great. Oh yeah,
great. Give a chance for some of these other cheap fuckers to pay some money. Fuck.
We also do split this shit, even though like if we get $40 donated, I get about 25 of it.
Yeah,
YouTube.
me and Mike split all of Crate's money. The rest of you. So.
Yeah, it's insane.
But Crate, you got any cool questions to ask? Because so far you're the only one to donate, so you can get all the questions answered you want.
This is truth.
I need it for bills. Come on, I'm also fucking using it to make your shit better so you guys can watch stuff. Also, the more money you fucking give me, the less I have to work, which means the more time I can do this shit.
Oh, valid point.
So,
Devin's officially drunk.
what do you mean officially drunk?
Okay, good comment. I need money for opioids. Yes. Okay.
Okay, I'll believe you on that. You're exempt from paying. I'll give you that one.
You gotta take off your shirt, dude.
Okay, fine. I got a t-shirt on underneath, so you're just gonna be disappointed, but I'll take this shirt off. So. Sucks for math having two shirts, right? I hope you guys like Hanes white t-shirts.
If you gotta, well, I already shipped you your SSH 68. You'll be fine. I wear a fucking like 59.5.
They're
P2,
massive. They're
P2
grossly
fits me
oversized.
great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Once it gets to you, Crate, you'll be all right.
You'll like it. The SSH 68 is a great helmet. I really like it.
Yeah. That's gonna be
Too
cool.
sexy for my shirt? That's a fucking great shirt. That's a Finnish M36 summer tunic. I love that shirt. It's probably one of my favorite fucking shirts.
Shit. You just got challenged.
So,
Hey, how about this? We're gonna make this a stripper fucking live stream.
yep, and if somebody pays $25, I'll chug a shot of maple syrup. And it's the shitty American corn syrup maple syrup.
Yeah, $25. Yeah, he'll fucking do it.
I will literally drink a shot of crappy maple syrup. So I have watched all of the Project Lightning on CN Arsenal. So there. Surprised nobody's made comments about my cool Afghanistan hat.
The Afghanka? Yeah, fucking A.
This is the best fucking tropical hat ever made. So
I'm really tempted to like grab my fucking Grenzer hat, but I'm so lazy.
I feel you. So diabetes, $25. I will literally go get maple syrup, and you can watch me pour it into this cup, and I will drink it out of this cup for $25.
Kubakose. Ooh.
Yeah, this is the Panama hat. This is the Russian Panama hat. The
No,
original one, the Afghan.
Craig's got a good point. Do you have Quebecois syrup?
I don't. No, I've got
Shit.
Mrs. Buttersworth. So
That's fucked up. That's an abomination. I don't have provolone, Strumprop.
no, I don't have any provolone either. But if you donate some money, I'll go out and buy some provolone, and maybe next live stream I'll eat some.
Oh, valid fucking point.
Exactly. If I had money to buy provolone, I'd buy provolone. Alberta's the best part of Canada. Get out of here. So. I also do shots for money, so I mean.
Yeah, streaming money comes from Ontario. Oh shit. Quebec sauce.
Yeah, Alberta does support the rest of the country. That's where all the fucking food is grown. What little growing season there is. So. Yeah, to be fair, all our streaming money comes from fucking Crate, and he's from Ontario. So, yeah, Quebec does suck because it's fucking French.
Ooh, that was
So-
fighting words, boy.
The rest of Canada knows it. Fucking Quebec is like the smelly kid at the lunch table.
Yeah, well,
So,
no arguments from me, my American ass. Like fucking A.
the Aleutian Islands in World War II. Yeah, technically America was invaded in World War II. A lot of people don't know that. That's actually where they got the zero from, and they tested a zero they got in the Aleutian Islands. So if you're big into like air, because in World War II, the Japanese Zero was one of the best fighter planes basically until the jet engine came out. So
fucking A, yeah, like it even so the Americans, like, I would say the F4U1 Charlie or Delta Corsair was the only fucking plane that could hold a candle to the fucking Zero.
pretty much until basically you see the fucking Hellcat come out, and that's basically on par. And the Japanese had the Zero since before
the
the war.
F6F Hellcat came out before that, but the F6F was a bit bigger and less maneuverable.
Yeah.
Than the Zero, but the F4U came out and it was like,
Yeah.
oh man.
Now here's a question, Mike: Zero or BF 109? Because I'd have to say Zero.
Yeah, Zero for sure.
So. Two little islands in Alaska were invaded in World War II. So that's why you get the term Aleutian Islands. The last two islands in the Aleutian Island chain were invaded.
Yeah,
to be
Aleutian
fair, it was
Islands,
basically a suicide mission from Japan. So
yeah, and the 7th Infantry Division was there, and like, this is boring. This is cold.
Yep, the Canadians were also there, and they didn't have as bad a time because it was like being home. So,
well, duh.
so,
but yeah. Oh, here we go. Here we go. All these fucking airplanes
planes,
versus
yeah.
another. Yeah.
I'm not a plane guy, unfortunately. So.
Well, I am a plane, but the B-51D or well, the D was the earlier version.
Oh, there you go, Mike. Funny story from Iraq. Thank you, Jake Withrow, by the way. Appreciate it.
$1.99. How the fuck did you do that? Like, usually they're like even dollar amounts. But yeah, okay. Funny story from Iraq.
Tell one about the locals. I like to hear about the locals.
Yeah, okay. So my buddy and I, we'll call this guy Dave, right? So Dave, we were trying to trade with the Iraqi army, right? And I was sitting there going, I want uniforms, I want this, that, you know, shit's gonna be worth a lot someday. And it was during a stressful time, and everybody's like kind of on edge. All right, Crate, we'll get to you in a second.
Yep.
And I was sitting there going, yeah, I want an Iraqi flag, like a modern one, you know, without the Allahu Akbar shit on there, et cetera, et cetera. And, you know, we're working on a deal, right? He goes, you trade me 3 shampoo, which is like or the fuck, Pantene, Pro V. for this military shit. And I was like, okay. So we get all this stuff, dealt out, and the deal is made. My buddy Dave, we'll say, and goes up to him and he goes, "Well, I kind of want something cool." And the Rocky guy, obviously language barrier, okay, and he goes, "I want a sword," and he like does this thing with his hands. And then the Rocky guy goes, "Sure," and then Dave goes, doing the motions, and he goes, "Oh, oh." And he says the Iraqi word or the Arabic word for it, which I can't remember. And then he goes, okay. So a couple weeks pass by, he comes back, and he's got all my shit, which is not a weapon, right?
Yeah.
Boots, fucking flag, belts, all that shit. And he goes to my buddy, he goes, sword, mushkila, means problem in Arabic. He goes, mushkila. He was explaining it that we had to get an interpreter. Yeah, I tried to bring a sword through security, and they didn't allow it, and they took it. He's like, well, "What the fuck kind of sword did you get?" The guy like got a fucking falchion, like a fucking actual,
like
like a
an
real
actual
sword.
fucking big
Yeah,
fucking falchion. Yeah.
yeah,
Fuck.
and but it got pulled, and security is like, "Why the fuck are you bringing this? You try to
What are
kill
you fucking
you."
doing with this sword, buddy? Yeah.
Right. And, so he got in trouble for that shit. My buddy's just like, "I didn't bring me a sword." Well, fuck you then. And
Yeah.
so this guy's like so fucking upset, and it's like, I'm like, I understand it. And my buddy Dave is like, "What the fuck? What a fucking pussy. Couldn't explain this shit. Fucking almost got me a sword, didn't, fuck him." I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, why are you being such a dick?
Yeah, that guy fucking literally brought you a sword, and a fucking America ruined it for you, like for real.
Right. Yeah, no, he got so mad. Yeah. Fuck. But it would have been cool for him to get a fucking falchion, like a real one.
That would have been sweet as fuck. Oh
Damn.
man.
Yeah, that would have been cool. But yeah, I think that was funny as shit. It was funny for me. Probably wasn't funny for the Iraqi guy and my buddy. All right, so Crate.
Crate.
Do I
Where are
have a
you getting
PO
all this money
box?
from, Crate? Like seriously.
Well, and he buys shit from me. Maybe he just drinks a lot and like fucking.
Yeah. Crate, we really appreciate it, man.
We do definitely, like, this is fucking great. Y'all, you got shafted. I would have asked for that dope ass Kriegsmesa made by Ibelon?
Albion.
Albion. I have no fucking clue what that means. Oh, Devin, you're supposed to get a job.
I have a fucking job.
No, you don't.
So I touch
According
all
to the
the
YouTube
Oreos.
viewers, you're just kind of there.
So yeah, I touch all the Oreos. That's my job.
The Sword Company. Well, I learn something every day, huh?
Not a lot of those around still. Oh, you gotta answer Crate's question about getting maple syrup or not.
Oh, you got maple syrup or?
Yeah, Crate's from Canada. He can get all the maple syrup.
Yeah,
That's
no,
all
I
the
get
only
that.
thing fucking Canada has. That and narwhal blubber.
So by next week, Devin, I expect you to get at least a pint.
A pint of maple syrup.
Oh, yeah.
I'll get some real maple syrup, and I can drink it on stream. So.
Krieg's maces are single-bladed, two-handed swords. It's just $2,000. Oh, weird. Wonder why I can't afford it.
Fucking $2,000. I can afford that, but I'm not paying that. You mean a cavalry saber? They still fucking make them basically the same exact way.
But yeah, you could send Cav 19 Delta. You could send him to my Mike B Facebook page. Just fucking do it. Which one of you wants the 3/4 full bottle? Oof.
I'll just go out and buy some more. I got some sources in Canada still.
Yeah, Elias, you jungle fatigues. Well, if large long is your size, I've still got them on the site. I'm trying to get different sizes, but obviously 50-year-old fucking items are
they're hard to come by in any size.
Right.
Unissued and in long sizes at all are fucking near impossible to find.
Right.
And Mike has large long, so
yeah, they're good stuff. I'm wearing one right now.
They're probably one of the best uniforms ever fielded. To be honest.
Agreed. And yeah, my grandpa has purchased of failed equipment drafts. He was an OG. Remember that one? So yeah. Great said, "Oh, short and fat. I always get the mead short." Dude, that's a great size.
I wear a medium regular, and I have a size 10 foot, so it's fucking near impossible to find everything because I'm the same fucking size as everyone in history, apparently.
I'll never do a video on the Austro-Hungarian M16. I mean the M17. Yeah, I will once I can actually paint it correctly. I fucked up with the paint job, and I don't want to show it as such.
That fucking weird, shitty turd brown color.
Yeah, and I fucked up. I made it too light, and it doesn't look good.
But why did you just do like the weird camouflage pattern on it? I always see a lot of the Austrian ones with the fucking weird jigsaw camouflage pattern on them.
Not true.
Really?
Yep, German ones, yes, but Austrian ones is the Asansa brown.
Yeah, German M17s, yeah.
Yeah, no, this is an Austrian. I do have an Austrian one. It's also a 68. Huge.
You have one of those weird Austrian M17s with the little fucking thing on the top? The little comb?
It doesn't have a comb. No.
No, the Austrians made some during World War I. That was an M17, but rather than their vent lugs were solid, but they put a little fucking comb on the top, kind of like the Solberg. It had just like that tiny little comb on it for a vent hole. They weren't as good, and there's not many of them made, but...
No, this was just a straight up fucking... It's a size 68 fucking Austrian shell, and I fucked the paint job up. But the paint, to begin with, it's like, I understood, yeah, you restore it, or you try to restore it, you could fuck it up. But the paint was just metal at that point. So the Asansa brown that I painted it was fucked up. And I'm going to actually do it correctly before I make a video on it. But it doesn't have the comb. It's a straight up 17.
Yeah. Yes, the 25th Infantry Division is testing the next generation of jungle equipment. So.
Well, 25th, they've been wearing woodland BDUs there. Since
they wore woodland BDUs basically up until they got multicam, so.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, he's not talking about the burned over. I know what he's talking about.
It's an Austrian-made copy of the M17, basically. So,
just some of them had the little fucking horns. Most of them didn't.
Yeah.
But Mike, any chance of finding and selling British smocks? No, they're not surplus. Those are super collectible.
Yeah.
So if I sell them, you're gonna be paying fucking.
You're gonna be
retail
paying out the ass
them.
for them. Yeah. So British smocks are. The smock is probably one of my favorite field garments. I've private purchased a ton of them. I even private purchased one in fucking Cadpat because I love them that much. They're such a great design. So for pretty much everything. So.
Israel's about to go to war. Well, you could have said that from fucking 1965 on, and
Yeah, you could have said that for the last 70 fucking years.
Yeah.
They're ready to go to war every fucking day.
yeah, if they do, ain't gonna last long. I think Israel needs to cool their shit down, as well as all the
Yeah, they
countries
really
that
do need to
fucking
fucking
border
cool their
them.
shit down because the U.S. isn't gonna fucking back them anymore. So,
Dude, it's like I don't know. I wish we had a Pax Romana where never recorded people in the world are fighting. I really wish there was peace. It's like people find a
yeah.
reason to fight and kill each other, and it's fucked up. Thanks, German Patriot.
Who cares if Trump fucking recognized Golan as their territory? Trump's not Israeli.
Cool if he did, and it's their territory. Fine. They still need to stop fucking fighting.
Turk M18 helmets did exist, but basically there's no record of them ever making it to Turkey. They're basically an M18 without the visor. So
Yeah. Oh, they actually did make it to Turkey. Just
yeah,
in
but
very
not in
fucking
large enough numbers to
no.
really be. Yeah,
You're right.
and maybe a
Very
couple hundred, like nothing major. Yeah.
was that time the factory was about ready to be fucking overrun. So
I'm not religious, so I don't read the Bible. So I have read it, and to be fair, I'm not trying to offend anybody. If you read the Bible as like read it as like a fiction novel, super super great book. But if you take it as like the head of a religion, it's got a lot of holes in it. So
yeah, because the Bible is man-made.
yeah,
That's the thing. It's like here's the thing: is I believe okay. There's a couple parts of the Bible that are actually not man-made, you know, and
yeah.
I think that's like Ten Commandments.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Like seriously, so that little bit of it, I go, yeah, if I, God does exist and all that shit in the way people think, and you're gonna put down laws and regulations for the land. Those Ten Commandments, yeah, would avoid about 99% of human bullshit.
Yeah.
However, that's the only fucking part that I think was from God, and the rest is man-made.
Yeah, I'm not a religious person, unfortunately, because I made a commitment a long time ago as basically a politician. You have to either commit to church or state because I believe in the separation of church and state, and I
Oh,
became a
so do
state
I. Yep.
person. Yeah, I became a state person, so I gave up religion at that point. So I'm unfortunately not religious now. So
Ja, das ist ja was so equal for a lot of ways of layers. Well, so now you're like posting competition for me. Interesting.
they're in Canada though, Mike, and they're outrageously expensive.
Yeah, it's fine. It's like it's just like you know.
You want to deal? Why? Why would you want to deal with Venezuela? That's just going to be shooting fucking starving civilians. Who cares? Let Venezuela burn
Let
to the
them deal
ground.
with their own shit.
Yeah.
We're
So
done being the world police. How about that?
I did buy some Venezuelan Bolivar though when it got super cheap for like way dirt cheap because I have a lot of foreign money just to like have. So, and like a million Venezuelan bolivar is like 8 US cents. So, technically a millionaire in Venezuela now. Ready for summer, Mike? Summer's already here. It's 40 degrees. Like, come on now.
I'm ready for fucking summer. Here's the thing: is I'm probably gonna wear this goddamn jungle fatigues
all summer.
Yeah, no, I've been doing it since I was in high school. I don't think people believe me when I say that. Well, like jungle fatigues, my favorite goddamn uniform. They're most comfortable, functional, and all that shit.
Yeah,
They're everything.
that means the 100% cotton jungle fatigues. By the way, to specify.
Yes, yes. These are actually like real surplus. Like if they're not real surplus, I'm not going to advertise them as such. But these are actually like fucking. You saw it, the boxes, the fucking bundles. Yep, and yeah, they're legit.
Yeah, jungle fatigues kick ass. They're nice. Any
Oh,
uniform you can get that's in 100% cotton kicks ass. So
exactly. I should probably renew that contract. Yeah, pretty. Or my SF Jones and frog skins and hooks. Well, good for you.
And I wear my Turkish Aegean jacket in frog skin sometimes just to be better than everyone because it's the best kind of frog skin. It's the shit fashion designers wish they could find. So yeah, that Turkish Aegean pattern frog skin stuff's pretty great. So I've got a lot of compliments on that when I've worn that out. So
Oh, for sure. Yeah, like that. It's a pretty fucking sweet pattern.
it is.
To have.
So I've got my own sets of rare camouflage. I've even got like the original like crest on it too, like the Turkish crest from the 70s and shit. So
Yeah. Look very good for jungle boots or desert boots. Any military surplus boots.
yeah.
eBay.
I'd probably recommend. Me and Mike were talking about this. The Rockies are pretty good books. Yeah, the Rocky Desert Boots are going to probably be your best option. So.
Yeah, that's a Duggar Ertologe actually. Good luck with that. You're gonna have to get a repro. When I finish. Well, yeah, obviously the fucking Germans had M43 field cap.
I wore my fucking German, my Finnish helmet, not helmet, hat here all fucking winter, and I got nothing but compliments on it up here. I don't know if that means everybody in Minnesota is a bunch of Nazis or not, but it's probably one of my favorite winter hats, honestly. So.
My favorite helmet of all time, as far as it looks,
has a hole in the top pad. Do you mean does it look like the hole was like cut or punched out, or is it like a worn through hole? Because if it's a cut punched out hole, it probably means it's a blemished pair of boots or it was a surplus out pair of boots. They take that little tiny hole and they punch it out on the Canadian boots to show that they were surplus or they're unfit for service. Which you don't really have to worry about them depending on how large the hole is. So, because I've got a couple of pairs of Canadian boots that are like that.
My favorite helmet of all time, as far as it looks, the ACH or ECH, the both of them.
I'd probably have to say the Pazgat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so it's like on the inside of the tongue. Just do some simple run across stitches with it. You don't need to do anything fancy. Just keep it from spreading and it'll be fine. So
Yeah, no, it's just I like the ACH and the ECH.
yeah.
Pazgat obviously is pure design, but for what you're gonna be using it for, you know. We
I just
talked
like the
about it.
Pazgat because it's touched pretty much every country at this point now. You can find a
Oh yeah,
Pazgat from just
you
about
know,
every country. So stuff for Russian World War One gear, you'll be hard pressed to find any outside of Russia. There isn't a lot of big people doing repros or anything of them. The set that I got, I had tailor made basically, and it cost me a small fortune. So Mike, any boonie hats that are your favorite?
yeah, I love the Vietnam fucking all drab boonie hats. I wish I could find the original in my size. Get the olive drab, just straight up. That's it.
Think it's okay to wear surplus in public? I wear surplus in public every day.
So do
And if
I.
people don't like it, they can get bent.
Yeah, I wear the Vietnam jungle shit. This jacket every fucking day.
So if those people are offended, they need to find fucking something better to do, to be honest.
Well, at least you give them something to be offended about, you know.
So I mean, obviously, if like the surplus you're talking about wearing is like if you're going out there in your fucking SS uniform and you got all your fucking iron crosses on and shit, I could see
Yeah.
somebody being offended by that. But if you're just like wearing a fucking hat or like a pair of camo pants, nobody should fucking care. Tell them to get bent. Flecktarn wasn't a Nazi pattern, so
Yeah. If they call you a Nazi, just laugh and move along.
yeah. If they call you a Nazi, call them retarded and tell them to go read a coffee table book. That's normally what I do. In Orlite for less than $150 in Canada, you probably won't find one, unfortunately. Great.
Yeah. They're hard to find. I'm gonna try to get some, but they've got the fucking holes drilled into the sides for
For the riot mask.
yep. And that's why I haven't gotten them because of that. But I may.
Marine assaulted you for stolen valor for wearing a German Flecktarn jacket. Well, there is that stereotype that they eat crayons, they're so dumb, but
That's the problem I have with stolen valor. Is like it's gotten so fucking extreme. Everybody's like,
it's best
"Oh,
to
what am I
not
get-"
fucking care about it. So
right?" It's like,
if somebody
"Oh,
comes up to you and you're wearing a Flecktarn jacket and they accuse you of fucking stolen valor, just take it off, apologize, all right, and then put it on when they fucking leave. Who cares?
God, this shit pisses me off so bad."
Yeah, just don't cause a scene. If he's gonna get all fucking riled up of it, don't cause a scene.
It's such a fad. Like, oh, stolen valor, and then they're retarded because you're wearing a German flag turn. Like, oh my god.
Flecktarn's American. Yeah, some people I tell you. All right, so I've had some people come up to me with some pretty weird stuff, but for the most part, you know, you're gonna be fine wearing surplus. So you might get some weird looks, but then again, you get weird looks if you're fucking ugly too. So how are you gonna tell?
Yeah, the best part is I was wearing totally civvies, like totally nothing military, and I got called out at a bar for being stolen valor. I was talking to a friend, guy about time in Iraq and all that shit. We were talking about it. And I called out and I produced a DT-14 and my driver's license to corroborate the fucking whatever. And he looks at it. He goes, "What's that?" I'm like,
It's your discharge papers.
Okay. So yeah, you're willing to call me out for this, but you don't know what the fuck
You're looking
legitimizing.
for even.
Yeah,
God.
and I was like, oh, whatever, okay, fine. And yeah, so still
That's
on
why
valor
you've
shit.
seen it go away so much in the media and everything like that, is because people are fucking calling out people for bullshit reasons, and it's just gotten so absurd.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't worry about that shit. Wear it. Military surplus. Fucking great clothing. Fucking lasts forever. Got
It
pockets.
does. And it's cheap. Yeah, pockets are good for stuff. I like pockets for lots of things.
Oh yeah.
I really don't trust any post, so that's why the U.S. Post Office has actually lost so much shit. When I buy stuff, I normally, especially international, I ask for people to put extra fucking insurance on it, because that way, if it does get lost for some reason, I actually fucking make money off the post office being shit at their job. So I actually did that to the Danish M23 I was telling you about, Mike. They had 2340.
Yeah.
I had them put like 500 fucking dollars worth of insurance on it. So if they fucking lose it, I'm gonna make like $400.
Oh yeah.
So do you think you're gonna get any more of the 2007 Bundeswehr boots?
Those are on a pre-order basis. Yeah, and the reason they are is because boots are big and fucking hard to store. So
If you want lizard camo, the Greek army, their current camouflage pattern is basically the same exact thing as the French lizard camo. It's almost an exact copy, and you can get those on eBay for cheap. The Hellenic army camouflage. So, all right. Does anyone want to get anything in last minute before we get off here at like 10 o'clock? So, yeah, I really like the Greek lizard pattern too, because it's really close to French stuff, but you can get it in like modern cuts. You can get it in like BDU cuts and stuff like that. And I believe Arctis, who is a company that makes a lot of like British pattern smocks and various camouflage patterns, decided they were going to come back with Greek lizard pattern this year. So I can't really do any impressions. I'm terrible at shit, unfortunately. So I'm not good at impressions. I'm not all that super talented of a person. I remember basically fucking everything I see. I sing really well. I grow facial hair super good, and I look super really fucking attractive, which is why people called me fucking lady killer for so many years. But how much for a Christopher Walken impression? I can't do a Christopher Walken, so that one will have to be on Mike. Mike, how much for a Christopher Walken impression?
Well, okay.
It's from Crate, so he's probably played enough money.
Yep. No, I got. You guys have a good impression. However, I want to take it down a notch. And it doesn't matter if this magazine won't shut up your ass for 3 years. Don't matter. We're going to talk about it. Okay?
Well, you know, Mike, that was a pretty good impression. That's all I got for Christopher Walken. So it's fucking terrible.
Shit. All right, guys. Well,
yeah.
We're going to take off. Thanks, everybody, for watching us.
Yeah, it's good to get you know. Thanks, Crate, for all the fucking money. You're a savior. Hopefully next time some other people will chip in some other times.
Wow. No, for sure.
But we really, really appreciate it.
And yeah.
Yep. Good night, everybody. We'll try to keep this going. So next week's what? Kevlar helmets, right?
Shit, he donates more. Good enough.
Great. Stop paying money. Tell these other people to pay some money. Fuck.
Well, let's go right. We're good. We're good. All right. So, off we just saying.
Yep. Au revoir, mon ami. So.
Au revoir?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vayan a todo canal. Good shit.
All right. Well, good night, everyone. We'll see you next week. We'll shoot for it anyway. So.
Yes, sir.
Take it easy, guys. I'm gonna have a fun fucking day at work tomorrow.
Fuck yeah.
All right, Mike. Take it easy.